is the most overhyped fucking mediocre game I have played since Helldivers 2. Okay, so with me today, I have a reoccurring character.
Yes, I'm
And
side character. Hello.
I have a new character for this one. Say, introduce yourself, Mr. Jefficus.
Hey, I am Jefficus.
All right, cool.
and
Nobody cares.
Today,
So basically,
hell yeah.
we are gonna stare at this fucking loading screen while the three of us bitch about this game for like probably an hour or who knows how long. Anyway, Jeff, if you finish what you were saying.
Yeah, I don't think this game's perfect. I think there are a lot of problems, and I want to talk about it.
Yeah, so that's basically what we're about to do, probably for the next hour plus. Okay, so I got a list here. I got a list of things to talk about. Number one should be pretty obvious. These
What we're looking at right now,
fucking
baby.
loading screens. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
This game needed to be longer in the oven.
Dude, this fucking game has so many goddamn loading screens that never fucking end. You turn the game on, loading screen. THQ Nordic, Saber Interactive, this guy, that guy, gay guy down the street, crackhead, our meth dealer. They hit you with a million fucking watermarks. And then you finally get in, you click continue, loading screen. Load into the battle barge. Then you click play a mission, loading screen, load into somebody else's battle barge because they're the host and you have to transfer for that. Then you stand in the square, loading screen, fucking go into the mission. You will click play on
cutscene, then loading
cutscene, then loading screen, then cutscene again. Yeah. By the time you click play on Steam, to the moment you are in a game, moving the character around, interacting with the game, at least like 4 minutes minimum. As like I have a 3090 and it still takes me that long.
Yeah. I have a 3090 as well. It like from hitting play to actually being in a mission, it's like 5 minutes. It's brutal. And this game needed way longer to cook.
To honor that, to honor that fucking like thingy, to honor that, we are going to make the B-roll for most of this video just this fucking loading screen. So I hope you enjoy it because
you gotta see our drip. Let's go.
Yeah, by the way, fun fact, we're only 2 minutes 30 seconds in this recording. You would still not be in a game yet. I'll let you know when you would have finally loaded into a game, in case you feel like it's dragging on. Okay, so the loading screens are insane. The amount of times you get stuck in loading screens is fucking ridiculous. You have 3 players, you're trying to grind out some PvE, one of them gets stuck in loading screens. Gotta, and this is asinine. You have to you cannot alt F4 out of the game. You cannot close the game by like alt tabbing and clicking X.
Open task manager.
You have to fucking call in your task manager on this shit.
And also, even then, it takes like 10 seconds for it to end.
Yeah,
like, for you to be able to hit play on Steam and restart it, even after task manager ending it.
It is bullshit. You have to this game is so unoptimized for PC. The only way to close it is to call in the fucking task manager, dude. He's got to wrangle that shit.
Yeah.
Now,
and then sometimes you'll be really unlucky, and then you go through all those loading screens, you go through the mission, and then you get stuck in another loading screen at the end, and you're sitting in there for 5 minutes while everyone else is in the battle barge, and then you have to
you sit there and twiddle your thumbs while you wait for your one friend to load in. We experience this constantly, even on stream. It was a constant.
And that's if it ends. Yep. And your game doesn't just crash. And then you need to start the game again. Or no, you just get stuck in the loading screen, you need a test manager. Or even if the game crashes, you need to it just never works. This game doesn't work. And even when you're in the mission, have fun getting shot through elevators, getting shot through floors, getting shot through terrain, getting shot through geometry on the level.
I want to point out probably the critical most biggest flaw of this game is that it's a fucking not complete product. There is like a 5-hour campaign. Like honestly, it's like 4 hours if you cut out all the bullshit. If you don't watch the cutscenes, if there wasn't any like stand here while we finish playing our dialogue at you, Mr. Space Marine. If there was none of that, the campaign is like 4 hours. Max. If you do go through all of that, it's like 7 or 8 hours. No, excuse me.
Yeah, 6 missions, right?
Yeah, 6 PvE missions. Yep. What the fuck? 3 PvP maps.
3 PvP.
You will literally get sick of the
PvP
game modes. You
One of them being TDM, one
you
of them being domination.
dude, you will get sick of this shit within the first like 10 hours of experiencing it. You will say, I have seen everything this game has to offer multiple times over.
And you have to experience it because it is a very grindy game. You're going to be
Oh yeah.
spending a
Well,
lot of
we're
time
we're gonna
running
we're
through
gonna
the same
yeah,
levels.
we're gonna get to that in a second. But
But definitely
another really
price sets
critical
expectation, right?
yeah, dude, just like with Elden Ring DLC, the price they are charging $100.
Yep,
They have like a
full
fucking
price.
$500 give you a reach around, tickle your asshole edition, and like fucking
Yeah, this is a full price AAA game.
it's not finished. It's not finished. All that's finished is the single player. Everything else is unfinished.
And even the single player, like, yeah, it's finished, but there's not a lot
It's not
there.
replayable.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah,
wants to
not
replay
really.
that shit. Half the campaign is just standing there while you wait for people to stop talking and you can move on to the next like combat arena.
The only thing you get is achievements. You can do
Yeah,
it on the
there's-
hardest difficulty, but you don't get anything for it. You don't get a cosmetic, you don't get an achievement, you don't get anything. You just do it just to do it again. Like there's
Now,
and
l-
nothing,
go-
there's
going
nothing
back,
new.
going back
Yeah.
to what Jeff said, dude. The fucking grind in this fucking
bad.
game is insanity. Okay, right. Listen to the words coming out of my goddamn mouth, dude.
Hmm.
You want to take a class to level 25. You've got to play for like 5 hours on like tier 2 until you level up to like 12 or 15 and you like finally inch your way to a purple weapon. Then you can play on tier 3 like comfortably. Then you do that for like 6-7 hours. Then you do the last like 5 levels on tier 4. And it takes you like fucking 12 to 20 hours to max out a single class. That is gonna be the experience for most people.
And that weapon better be the melta gun, or else
Yeah.
these missions are not going to be getting cleared fast at all. They're all going to be slogs.
Yeah.
And
And
if you want to try another weapon, too bad. Too
yeah,
bad. You can't.
yeah.
you need to start
yeah.
from
Do it.
scratch.
The fact that you have to go back, dude, there is literally a way to. This is like we are getting into bad game design. Whoever was in charge of designing this was like not intelligent. You can spend a material to instantly master one of the like weapon versions, but that doesn't give you any progress towards the next set of mastery. So there is literally never a reason to do this unless it's one of the weapons that has like 4 things in a category and you'll reach the next category before maxing it out. If it's not one
Yeah.
of those, then you will always be able to max every version of the weapon out
And
before you reach
also,
the next category.
your progress is directly tied to these weapon upgrades. If you think your build matters more than your gun, you are
Yeah,
wrong.
unless you're playing like
Yeah.
tactical, it doesn't matter at all. Your build is virtually irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like
Like
you can be
if-
level
if you-
12 and like
Yeah.
you're not much stronger than when you started.
It's really so if you're starting from scratch, like if you're going from a gold gun and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to level up this new gun." You are going back to white and you are going back to difficulty 2. 99% chance.
And conversely, you can
yeah.
take like, let's say you level tactical first and you leveled up the melta all the way. That gun is then just going to carry the Vanguard. The Vanguard may as well already be level 25 because
Yeah.
the Vanguard is already ready for ruthless.
I mean, we did a run with Meltas where
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Your gun is literally everything.
It's
Also,
everything.
Like-
and the other thing, half of your gun's power comes from literally the last upgrade. So if you
Mhm.
do want to use a new gun, it feels like dog shit until you get to gold. Because, like, for example, the bolt rifle starts at 3 damage, ends at 9 damage, but it gets it goes from 3 damage to 6 damage, going from white to purple. It goes from 6 damage to 9 damage, going from purple to gold. Purple to gold makes up 50% of your weapon's power for every single weapon in the game. So, like,
Yeah.
you have to slog and grind with a garbage shit tier underpowered weapon for like 10 fucking 15 plus hours. Because even if you have a buddy that's willing to carry you and you just go through tier 4, like speed running, it is still gonna take you like 5-6 hours to max out these fucking weapons, dude.
And if
Yeah.
if you're doing these things raw, so say you have a green weapon and you're trying to do difficulty 3 substantial, you are fighting an uphill battle and you must do that higher difficulty when you're underpowered for it in order to upgrade your weapon to get to the power level where you could actually do it comfortably.
Yeah, so there's always going to be that one game that feels miserable because you and all your friends are using like one tier under equipment.
which
Now,
you have to do to progress.
And you may not get the upgrade because the upgrade is tied to the servo skull or a
Yeah.
boss spawn. And if
So
you
good
don't
luck
find
if
either
you
of
find it.
those,
Then
if you
you
don't
have
find
to do
any
it
of
again.
those, then you don't progress.
Yeah.
Too bad.
yeah, you
That's
just
fun.
you just sit there and you get stuck and you're like, okay, I guess I'm fucked now. And
It's
it just it's
and
just miserable.
all of this grind it's purely it's really
It's for
feels like
mentally ill people
artificial.
like
Yeah.
us because
Yeah.
the game is not
Yes.
there is nothing different about difficulty 1 or difficulty 4. The only thing that changes is
The
elites have
enemies
like
are harder
3
to kill.
times as
Yeah.
much HP. They don't deal more damage. They're like isn't more of them. They just hit or I'm sorry, they just take way more to
Yeah.
die. So like, you know, you just
And the reason that like because you were getting a lot of comments where it's like, oh well, there's way more enemies on difficulty 4.
no there
The
isn't.
reason you think there's more enemies is because you're taking longer to kill them.
They're dying
They're
slower.
spawning at the
Yep.
same exact rate. They're just dying slower. There's if you watch any of our runs or if you were there during the live streams, the enemy density even at the highest level is absolutely pitiful. It's like it's the difficulty is just there's no difference. There's really no difference other than the enemies are just take longer to kill.
Yeah, there might be one game in 10 games where the AI director says, "All right, I'm going to throw everything at you." But
And
other
that
than that,
makes the grind even more annoying because
yeah.
it's like nothing changes. All it does is that anytime you go to a new weapon, it will take like 3 mags to kill an elite.
Yep. And then you don't want to go to another weapon because
Yeah.
the weapon balance of the game is just
And
terrible.
why and
Like you always want to be using the
why
best
would
stuff,
you? I mean,
and
I
there's no
think
point.
this ties into difficulty and balance.
Hmm.
So like we said, difficulty in this game, all artificial. It means nothing. The missions play out the exact same every single time. There's no the only things that change are random RNG events that can just either make your run longer or shorter. On mission 3, there is an elevator towards the end of the mission, and it can either stop halfway down or cannot. And those are the only two things that can happen. And one of them just exists purely to waste your time.
Or in the room with the sorcerer, they can either summon the portal to get
Yep.
more mobs to spawn in the room, or they could just not do that.
And
Yeah, it's never something
there's
that helps you out and makes it go faster. It's always something
yeah.
that like fucks you over and makes it take
On
longer.
mission 1, when you're defending the generators, you could defend 1 or you
Or
could defend all
0.
4
No,
or
it's
0.
possible to get like
Yeah.
0 or you
They
might
can
have to
skip
go to
it.
all. Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, that shit
It's
might end in literally like 30 seconds or it might take like
yep.
7 minutes. Like it's
Or
insane.
on mission 6 with the terminals. You might not have to click a single terminal or you might have to do it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Tough luck. It's not fun because you can't do anything about it. You don't have any control over it, and it's just purely there to just make the mission longer. It's just there to kind of be an annoyance. It's not.
Speaking of annoyances, fucking
Yeah.
hold E to interact. I swear to God,
Yeah.
every like college degree holding game designer, is it like YouTube appropriate to say I want to shoot them in the back of the head if they like if they like are like well see my California school degree on game theory says that actually the worst thing you can do is have a player accidentally commit to an action they don't want, so we should have like a half-second hold E on every single prompt so that they don't accidentally get forced into anything they don't want to do. Is it safe to say I want to like cut their penises off and use that to like hang them with? Like, am I allowed
Yeah,
to
okay,
say that
first
on
off, if
YouTube?
they want to do that, make it an option so you could have your shitty little hold to interact if you really want it. But let me just interact with things if I want to. There is nothing in this game that you could really interact with that you wouldn't want to interact with. It's all
Oh,
just
well,
objectives,
actually, I want to
right?
walk up to the objective and I want to do the interact, but my Space Marine launches fucking 50 feet to the other side to go do an execution on some guy.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Isn't that fun? Yeah,
Yeah, like
talk about people the player doing something that they didn't want to do. Yeah, That's the problem.
Yeah, why
not
is
fucking interacting.
why is execution the interact key? It should be its own key that can also be bound to the interact button. But that's another thing that game devs don't want to do. They don't want to let you bind multiple actions to the same key because fucking it's hard to be a developer apparently. But something I do want to point out because we kind of glanced over it for a second is class
Yeah.
balance. Dude, the gap between how good a class like assault is and how good a class like tactical is like 3 tacticals are weaker than 1
nuts.
assault.
Worlds
Solo
apart, yeah.
solo tactical is objectively stronger than 3-player assault. Like it
Yeah.
is so like classes like Bulwark. Bulwark is a class people love. They love that class, but it fucking sucks. It blows. It is bad. It
Yep.
sucks. It could do absolutely 0 damage. And it's like,
Yeah.
dude,
And you know why
why?
that is?
It's because
Is
it's stuck with
because
melee.
it relies
Melee
on
sucks.
melee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
because
get
melee
to
sucks.
melee in a second. But
Yeah.
something I really need to point out is why do you walk so fucking slow?
Everything
You
in this
walk
game
slow.
is designed to be slow and waste your time.
If
Every
you-
enemy
Too
is
long.
Real quick,
yeah.
real quick. If you're gonna be one of those guys in the comments that are like, huh, the giant hulking dudes in power armor, you wonder why they're slow. I just want you to know, Space Marines are supposed to run faster than cars drive like IRL right now.
in power armor, by the way.
Like they are
Yep,
supposed
yep.
to be able to sprint faster with their gear on than a car going like on the highway like 20, 30 miles an hour. And yet
Yeah.
these guys are slower than the guardsmen. Like even in the story, you like kind of struggle to keep up with them.
Yeah, it's everything in this game feels like they could genuinely speed up the game by like 20%.
Oh,
And
we're
the game
we're,
would
we're gonna
feel
get to
way
that in a
better.
second.
Yeah.
But
But
half of the
yeah.
fucking missions is just walking, which is compounded as a problem because of that slow walk speed. There are so many dead zones where there's nothing to do, there's nothing to interact with,
You're
and
just
you are
going
just
from point A
sprinting
to
forward.
point B.
Yeah,
Slowly. Very slowly going from point A to point B.
like,
Just
dude, what
slowly
the fuck?
meandering over
Yeah.
one objective to
And
the
if
other.
you get like bad RNG, as in terms of like no enemies are spawning, you might just straight up go like 3 to 5 minutes without seeing a single fucking enemy.
Yeah.
And
you're
when
just
you
kinda
do see an
walking.
enemy, there'll be like a pack of like 2 like shit tier trash mobs.
Yeah, the swarm technology. man.
Yeah, swarm
Swarm tech.
technology.
Yep.
We worked so hard so that we could have 50,000 enemies on the screen at the same time. And like you go in the game and you can only interact with like 20 of them. Like what the fuck is going on with that?
Yeah, like
the
one
campaign.
good example is mission 1 at the very end. There's this big moment where there's a huge swarm in the background. None of them are real. And then a bunch of enemies spawn. At max, there'll be 100 enemies, and that is the most you will ever see in the game. Like that you could actually shoot and
Yeah,
kill.
and campaign, by the way, campaign uses those events constantly. There is like 7 of them per mission. It is ridiculous. Campaign is literally just
Yeah.
set piece where they swarm up a wall after set piece where they swarm up a wall. Like it is
and it's
insane.
and it's not. It doesn't really feel like that D-Day Last Stand thing because they all bunch up into these huge balls of meat, and you throw one grenade,
And they
you
all die
kill
instantly.
They're
Yeah.
all dead. They're all
Like,
they're
it
all
doesn't-
gone.
It's
like, it
boring.
doesn't-
It's fucking
yeah.
boring.
Yeah,
Throw
like
a
it's
shock grenade where
yeah.
they're climbing up and like then just like turn
these
around.
moments should feel like scary. You should feel like you're getting overwhelmed, but you're never overwhelmed in these moments. Literally, they all pile up on the walls, and you throw
Yeah.
one grenade, and they all die. They all die instantly. It is
Or just
not.
one melted shot.
Cause
Yeah.
they're
And
all
by the
trash
way-
background monsters.
And also, even those like big D-Day moments in the operation, there's only like 2 of them in all 6 missions. There's only 2 moments like that. And every other time in between those moments and in the other missions, the most enemies you'll see in packs is like 20.
Maybe
Like-
up to 20. Yeah.
Compare
Also-
that to like Dark Tide.
Also,
their density.
yeah, I need to point this out. The shitty background enemies in those like D-Day sections you're calling them, they aren't real enemies.
Yeah.
This is
They're not
easily
real. Try
provable with
shooting
the sniper perk. The Las Fusil perk on the sniper tree. The sniper is a perk where killing more than 2 enemies with the charge like laser sniper, it restores 1 ammo. But
Yeah.
if you shoot that into those big crowds climbing walls, you don't restore ammo. The
Yeah, they
game
only
itself does
considers
not.
them
Yeah,
enemies. Yeah.
until they like when they walk in the arena. They are not
Yeah.
considered real entities until then. They are literal
By the
clay
game, yeah.
pigeons for you to shoot until they get there. They are
Yeah, they're
literally
set
just
pieces.
yeah, they are set pieces designed, and that's
Mhm.
why it doesn't matter how many you kill leading up to when the first couple get over the wall. Have you ever noticed that even if you throw all your grenades, you feel like you're doing a great job, there always seems to be around about the same amount of enemies coming up over the walls? It's because the enemies that actually matter always make it over the wall no matter what, and the enemies that don't matter never do. They will
Yeah,
sit there
it's
on the
all
clumps.
game dev, like
It's
game
trickery.
illusions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
trickery. It's a
smoke and
magic trick.
mirrors.
It's a fucking
And
magic trick. It doesn't
yeah,
actually mean anything.
yeah, and especially, and we can prove this as well. Like,
It's
on
one of
our
those
like,
things. It's one of those things where the
yeah,
moment you recognize that's what's going on, the game becomes immensely more lame because you're like,
yeah,
yeah, literally 90% of the game is just fake set pieces, and like only
yeah,
10% of it I can interact with, and that 10% always plays out exactly the same every single time.
like,
Play the mission
Yeah.
once, you've played it, you've
like
played all
for
possible
an
versions.
example, right? On the hardest difficulty, on a full team of 3, like it say we're running mission 6, we'll all end the mission at like 200 kills. We in total killed 600 enemies, and that's like less than they said could be on screen at one time. It's pitiful. You kill 200 enemies on the hardest difficulty
Yeah,
at
over
max
the
for the
course of like
entire.
20 minutes. You're
Yeah,
getting 10 kills per minute. Bro,
yeah,
if you tried to play Dark Tide with me and you're like, yeah, I get 10 kills per minute, I'd probably call you a racial slur and kick you.
yeah. Like
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's
the
on the
visual
hardest difficulty,
spectacle
by the way.
is
Yeah.
only important the first time you run through it as well. Like
Yeah,
the visual spectacle of it all does not matter because you're going to be grinding this mission for 20 hours at
yeah.
least. So
Yeah.
you're going to get bored of it, you're going to get tired of it anyways.
Now, I'm going to take over this video for like the next 5 minutes and rant about Melee. Okay, Melee has always been a
Golden
staple
Commodore.
of fucking Warhammer. Literally,
Yeah.
like the first image all the way back in like the 60s was of a guy holding a chainsword. Okay, Warhammer has always been synonymous with oversized melee weapon cleaving and cutting enemies in half.
Yeah,
This
big
is
Thunderhammer, big chainsaw.
this
big
is
fucking-
perhaps the worst melee in like any Warhammer game. Bro, even the melee units in Dawn of War, which were like notoriously bad, are better than this shit. Let me put this into perspective. The bolt pistol does 9 damage. The power sword does 11 damage. You need to hit with the power sword charged up. You need to hit like 7 times to get the damage of 8 bolt
Also,
pistol
very,
shots.
very.
Oh, I'm not done.
small
I'm not
side
done.
comment.
Okay, go
Yeah.
on.
Now, I was just gonna say, and the bolt pistol fucking sucks, by the way.
Yeah, it's literally the worst gun in the entire game. And melees do damage on par with the worst gun in the entire game, like every single melee. The only melee
And
that
also,
isn't like
you're putting yourself into way
putting
more
yourself at
risk.
risk.
don't worry, I'm getting into that.
No, I
I'm
know,
getting into
I
that.
know,
So
I know.
melee does like half the damage that it needs to do. Straight up. Straight up. All the melee should be doing like 20 damage minimum. Okay, but oh my god. Oh my god. There is armor that protects your health bar. And guess what? Guess what? Melee doesn't restore your fucking armor. Melee hits should inherently restore armor. Every hit should restore, I don't know if it should be 10% or 20%, but pick one of those two numbers. So if I have a Thunderhammer and I click melee once into a crowd of trash enemies, I should just like get a bar of armor back. That is the only way to make it feel good, because listen, a single enemy attack breaks 1 chunk of armor. So even if you got a chunk of armor back every time you did a melee swing, you would still lose health faster than you're gaining it. What the fuck is your incentive to use melee? It does less DPS because it hits slower than guns, which do virtually the exact same damage. It does less DPS virtually in every situation possible. than just shooting them. You have to be in range to where they can retaliate, which you don't have to be when you're shooting them. And it's like, dude, who the fuck designed this? No, I genuinely want to know who at Saber Interactive was the game designer for this melee. This is literally a personal insult from me to you. You are a garbage game designer. You don't know fucking anything, and you had better never design a combat mechanic again. This is so fucking bad at a fundamental level that unless someone at Games Workshop forced you to make it like this, you need to be moved from the mechanics design team and put on like the story team or something, dude. Because this shit, you don't got any talent for it. You designed a system where all the enemies are melee and all their melee hits instantly take big chunks of your health off and instantly take your armor away with no way to inherently restore what you're losing. And you're not getting a damage benefit for that risky trade-off. Seriously. Like, personally, fuck you. Also, gun strikes. So some people will say, oh yeah, well, you do a melee on the small enemies, it knocks them back and you can do a gun strike. Gun strikes aren't invincible. So even if you did that exact thing that you're about to comment, you can just do that, you fucking scrub. If you do that, the trash mob that wasn't knocked over standing right next to him will attack you and knock you out of the gun strike. Also, if the gun strike doesn't kill the enemy, you don't get the armor back. Why? Why is that a perk for assault that non-lethal gun strikes give you armor back? That should just be the system. That should just be the basic mechanic of the system. I should just attack into a horde of enemies once, and I should get my armor chunk back that they took away. Then, the enemies that are rolling away, I should be able to gun strike them. That should give me another armor section back to make up for what I'm going to lose for staying in melee. Melee either needs to have a defensive benefit over shooting or a damage benefit over shooting. Right now, you are giving up defense to go into melee to do less damage. So it is a damage deficit and it is a defense deficit. Also, committing to a melee attack is one of the only ways that make it so you can't parry. Let's say you're charging up a Thunderhammer, you can't just like go right into parry on one of those big Thunderhammer strikes. But guess what? You commit to like heavy stance on the heavy, you can cancel that with a parry. So like, what the fuck? Why does the gun class have better melee defense than the melee only classes like assault? Like, what the fuck? Fuck you, whoever designed this shit. The class that basically only melees like Bullwork and Assault have worse melee defense than like a Vanguard or a Heavy. How did you make... You couldn't make the melee in this game worse if you tried. You would deliberately have to make the melee... You would have to sit down and be...
Like deliberately sabotage it.
Yeah,
like brainstorm how to
you
make
would
it
have
work.
to say... yes, today I'm going to make the worst fucking gameplay system mankind has ever seen. Oh my god. You should not get hit out of melee. Ever. Like gun strikes. The fact that you can commit to a gun strike, get hit once by a trash mob, and that ends the gun strike, and you get nothing, and you lose more health, makes me not want to do gun strikes! They want to go for like this Batman Arkham shit where like you dodge and then riposte and then dodge and then riposte. Look at the Hive Tyrant, dude. If you perfect dodge the Hive Tyrant and then immediately go into a gun strike, if he follows up his attack with an attack that needs to be parried, you will be in the gun strike animation when that attack hits you and you will trade the gun strike in that hit. Like, it's such a bad system. It's so unsatisfying to do that like bosses, their attack patterns are fast enough that they can literally interrupt you even if you get the perfect dodge. Literally, frame perfect dodge into gun strike is not fast enough to like dodge gun strike, dodge gun strike, dodge gun strike on some of the bosses. You're that slow and they're that fast. There's just so many fucking problems with melee. And because you're going in for the dodge and the parry and the melee and all that shit, you go for the gun strike, it's a boss, it doesn't die, you don't get your armor back. So the armor you lost going into melee to get that perfect dodge, to get that gun strike, you just suck the dick.
And also sometimes you're kind of forced into it as well. Like sometimes I don't want to do it, but it just does it. It's not a good thing to do if you can help it. And it's it's a bad mechanic. It doesn't work well right now.
And speaking of this, guns aren't free from bad mechanics either. The
Yeah.
aiming in this game. I just need to put this out here. Fuck Resident Evil 4 Remake. Resident Evil 4 Remake introduced this system of shoot the gun more than like 2 or 3 times, and the reticle blooms to the point where like the gun is like unusable. Hold
the
on,
bloom is disgusting.
we finally can get off this. I don't even know if I have the we'll get to that. Oh, I don't have the Gears of War clip anymore. But like look at Gears of War like Lancers. They have a little bit of bloom, but they shoot 90% in a straight line, and that's what makes it satisfying. In this game, if you shoot more than 5 shots, bolter guns are like unusable. They are like all over the place. You cannot consistently headshot for shit anymore.
It just
It
doesn't
is-
feel good.
Yeah, it's just an
It
artificial
just
way to
doesn't feel
make
good.
it's an artificial way to try and put like console and PC players on the same playing field. That's literally like all it is. Oh my god. And then armor in general, because I can't let this go. There is no way to restore armor other than waiting for 25 seconds, committing to a cutscene of execution, or a gun strike that kills something. There's armor boosters you can pick up, but that's a consumable. It's not, you can't like hold on to it
And
and
also,
use it.
sometimes they kind of don't work. Either.
Yeah,
Don't know
in
what
my
that is.
in my no damage run that I uploaded, you can see me picking up an armor booster that wears off within 5 seconds. Again, just another one of those bugs, like getting shot through the floor. Like, what the fuck's up with that?
Can we return to melees for 1 second?
Oh,
and,
of course,
and
of course.
Sit down
Eh.
and charge for 3 seconds.
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
really big
oh.
hit that you expect is going to do a big chunk of damage, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah,
It
oh
doesn't
my,
do
how could I
anything.
forget? Sorry, this was like a Bill Gates sissy hypnosis. I had suppressed this memory from my mind. So fuck you for bringing it to my attention, Jeff. But he's absolutely right. The Thunderhammer can charge up an attack. It takes like 5 seconds to fully charge, then you let it go. It doesn't even one-shot elites like Majoris's, like Chaos Space Marines. You charge that shit up on a Chaos Space Marine, and assuming he ever so politely lets you stand there and charge it for 5 seconds, and then doesn't attack you when you release it, he just shrugs it off. He doesn't go into execution. He doesn't instantly die. Like, bro, you had me stand here for 5 seconds completely defenseless as the Thunderhammer is like... And then, like, it doesn't even kill him. Motherfucker, this shit is a sponge. Like, this is a noodle. The guy with the melt-a-gun already shot him 7 times and killed, like, 5 of them.
Yep.
Literally every aspect of the melee is bad. If anyone tries to tell you that any part of the melee is good in this game, they are huffing copium or they have the intelligence level of a disabled animal. They are the deer that walks right into the bear trap. That is the level they are working on. There are so many these aren't even like opinions. This straight up everything I just said about melee is not an opinion. Like, it takes 5 seconds to charge the Thunderhammer, and a fully charged hit doesn't instantly kill even like an elite, let alone a mini boss. Like, so, like, that is just a foundational, anyone could have looked at this and said, this is a problem. You have to stand there defenseless as enemies wail on you, and the reward isn't even justifiable. Like, that is not an opinion, that is a fucking statement of fact, and that, because that's a fact, it makes it so, you will never see anyone do it. No one ever does it. No, it's just not a thing people do because it's never worth it.
Yeah, dude, they do their combos instead.
Yeah, and things
Their
aren't worth it.
combos.
Yeah, the combos, the Batman
quotes,
Arkham.
combos.
Yeah. Left click, right click. I did a combo! Like, what the fuck? These are combos for children. It's literally just button, hold button. Like, this is a sponge. And, like, most of the combos don't do anything. This isn't Vermintide. You know, it's not like, oh, the third hit in the 4-hit string does extra armor damage, so we want to reset as fast as possible to go back into it. No, this game doesn't have a system like that. It's not complex enough.
Yeah, there's no tech in this game at all, really.
Yeah, none.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Besides rolling. You could roll to go a little faster.
But, like, dude, can I mention fucking staggering? I have a clip I want you all to watch.
Oh,
This
boy.
this is literally what it feels like to fight Chaos Space Marines.
Oh, fuck! Why didn't you go? Oh, that's a combo! Oh, 3 hits! Oh my
It's
god!
just so
That was
relatable.
a fucking
Oh my
4-hit combo!
Yeah, if you get hit by something that CCs you, you're dead. You just,
And you know what makes this so like extra relatable? The fact that Chaos Space Marines have an attack that is a yellow, or it's like an orange circle, so you must dodge it, where they do like a half-second charge and then shoot 3 slow shots in succession that stun you. Like
Yeah.
that clip you just watched is literally something that can happen to you in this game.
Yep.
the
Who
only ways you
designed
can
this?
really die is through bullshit like that.
Yeah, because
Like, you either get kamikazed by the green floating demon things and they instantly one-shot you even with armor.
or your
or you
friend
just hit
blows you
someone
up with a
die.
melt-a-bomb because for some reason nothing in this
Yeah.
game does friendly fire damage except for like explosives.
Except the melt-a-bomb.
Yeah,
Yep.
you just walk up to your buddies, drop a melt-a-bomb. Dude, you can be super toxic. I love doing this on Roofless. I'll find a melt-a-bomb, and if my 2 friends are camped up next to each other, I just drop it on them. Watch as they both die, and they now must spectate me for the next like 2 minutes. You know, it's like, oh wow, okay, this probably shouldn't be in the game.
Hmm.
Oh man.
But speaking of Chaos Space Marines, motherfucker, this thing is a sponge of the bullet variety. Why? Why are Chaos Space Marines are tankier than we are?
Yep.
We get shot by a charged up shitty Hellbore las gun from like the Chaos Trader Guardsmen. Literally, enemies so weak you can kill them by sprinting into them. But God forbid they get a single fucking attack off on you. They literally take like 30% of your health off.
Hmm.
Why does my big Space Marine Las Fusil sniper, why do I have to get like 3 fully charged headshots to kill a Chaos Space Marine, but a shitty guardsman with his like miniature like las gun only has to like shoot me twice to kill me with it? You know, it's like my gun is the size of his fucking body, like, and his gun is like the size of my like hand and wrist. Yet his gun hurts me more than my gun hurts them. Like, it makes no fucking sense and is so not lore accurate. Yeah, they always say, you know, 1,000 guardsmen could never hope to stand up to an Astartes. But I don't know, man, in this game, like 5 traitor guardsmen can like fucking insta-kill you if they all hit you at the same time. And it's like, damn, bro, chaos bussy hits different, I guess. Like, fuck. You know, I guess the traitors really did have the right idea. Fuck the Emperor, dude. This guy sucks. You know, he's not giving me the ability. Like, Warhammer nerds love to jack off to the idea that the Astartes are so powerful and so great and so like cool and they're gonna cuck you and like they're so awesome and like, you know, my wife loves them more than me. But like in this game, bro, there's literally a scene where a single traitor guardsman kills a fucking Space Marine lieutenant.
Yep.
Like this is not these are not Space Marines. You know, these are like Call of Duty guys. But fucking I'll get into that in a second. But like ammo. I want to talk about ammo for a second. Dude, either your gun is upgraded to the point where ammo is literally a non-factor and you never swap off the one weapon and you just pub stomp everything, or your weapon is underpowered, doesn't kill things fast enough because they're so tanky, and you just straight up run dry on both your weapons. And then you're forced into melee. And by the way, the one time when everyone complains about this game is when they're out of ammo and the only option left is melee. Just another nail in the coffin for all you fucking queers who are going to be like, melee's not that bad, you just don't know how to use it. The one time everyone complains in this game is when they run out of ammo. Why are they complaining? Because now their only option is to melee. And why is that a problem? Because melee fucking sucks. You agree with me, you just don't want to admit it. But dude, speaking of weapons not being upgraded enough, servo skulls. There's no way to know where a servo skull can't spawn. And there's no way to know where a servo skull can spawn unless you happen to run across it. So if you don't use a guide, you may genuinely have to play a mission like 100 times to learn like all 4 or 5 or however the fuck many spots there are. You know, like it is insane. And if you miss a servo skull, let's say you're finally dipping your toes into the next difficulty up so you can get the material to upgrade your weapon to the tier so you can actually comfortably play on that difficulty. But let's say you miss the servo skull.
You just wasted your fucking time, dude.
Yeah, it feels
man.
like shit. It feels
Yep.
so fucking bad. Like, fuck, man. I don't know. Give me like a pulsing scan or something that lets me like detect the pickups or something.
Just
'Cause-
tied to, I mean, tie the armory data to kills. This is a Warhammer 40k game. We should
Yeah.
be motivated and rewarded for killing things, and you just aren't. You just aren't in this
Yeah.
game at all.
Yeah, just remove the servo skull armory data shit. Remove weapon XP being tied to how much you used it in a mission, and just every kill gives me 10 weapon XP. And after like 1,000 kills with a weapon, it's maxed out and golden. There you go. I should be able to max out most of the class's weapons in one play session of the class. It should not take me one like 12-hour play session to max out one of like 7 weapons, like for Tactical's primaries. I should be maxing out all of Tactical's primaries in one 7-hour play session, not having a one 7-hour play session to max out one of the 7 primaries. Considering how shallow the missions are, because there's only 6 of them and they all consist of just run to the objective and like click a button. This game is not an MMO. You are not Darktide. You are not built like that. This is a stupid, grindy game for drunk 40-year-old dads. You know, this is not a game that justifies having like a 100-hour grind. Also, because I've gotten people commenting this on some of my videos, I need to point this out to you dumb fucks, like the specific dumb fucks in the audience who think this. Grinding isn't content. Grinding for the sake of grinding is not content. Rushing missions to level your class up is not something you do because fucking millennial gamers nowadays, they gotta rush to get all the content, then complain there's nothing to do. If the only thing in the game to do is to level up classes meaninglessly, then there was never anything to do. You just tricked yourself. You just bought into what the man wants you to believe.
And even if the grind was considered content, you're grinding for what, cosmetics? The 6 cosmetics that you can have access to per armor slot. Like there's no customization whatsoever.
Yeah.
There are no unique achievements that allow you to get unique item pieces that are tied to those awesome achievements. It's just do this game mode this many times, you'll eventually unlock this armor, and here you go. You only get 6 armor pieces per class, but here you go. Here's your 6 that you can play with.
Yeah, hold on. Let me I wanna we're gonna get to all this, but I wanna like pull this off to like the other side of my monitor here. So there we go. So I can pull this up. All you motherfucking reviewers who went on about how they nailed the customization and shit, I want every single one of you to get fucked anally with no lube. And I want it to hurt. No pillow to bite. Space Marine 2 in-depth customization. This was like the most like talked about thing in the entire game. I mean, look at this shit. Like hundreds of thousands of views. Just to look, 1 million views. Customization options. Like, look, this is insane. Hey, DPJ, whoever the fuck you are, fuck you. I hope you get fucking stabbed in an alley. Like, this is not insane. 10 out of 10 customization? Bro, you're literally just changing the colors on the armor set. Like, all these fucking people, you know, big customization reveal. You, like, Italians, you are a fucking clickbaiting fucking loser. Fuck you. Stop it. All the customization in this game consists of is changing the 2D decal on your shoulder and changing the color of your armor. There are like 4 armor pieces for each slot that are locked to each class. That's it. And the armor pieces aren't different. They're the same armor pieces, just with how much gaudy golden skulls and eagles do you want stapled onto it. It's not like a fundamentally different piece of armor. It's, oh, do you want the same shoulder pad, but this time the shoulder pad is 50% a giant golden skull? Oh, you just completed 50 missions with the class. You unlocked the same shoulder pad that has a 90% covering the shoulder pad golden skull. Like, it is the same, like, the cosmetics are like fucking borderline Elden Ring, like, boss reuse fucking cosmetics. Like, it's the same shit, You know, it's like, do you want the skull on your knee pad or right above your foot? Also, what
Yeah,
color?
and then
What color do you want it in, Chief?
even if you don't have a problem with the system, you got to ask questions like, where is the assault beak helmet at, or where is like the other Space Marine Mark armors? Like, where are those at? And when you ask yourself that question, you realize like, oh, they're gonna sell it to me later, because that's exactly what is gonna happen. They're gonna
Oh
sell it to you
yeah.
later.
And
It's
that's
gonna
what we
happen.
want to talk about now. This is one of the most insulting things I have ever seen. Fuck, we probably should have just started with this because this is insanely insulting. Honestly, I regret not putting this right at the start of the video now because ultra wide support. Bro, my fucking N-word. It's 2024. Get with the fucking program. Literally, just NVIDIA makes a patch you can just drop onto your Unreal. Like, literally, Epic
Yeah.
has a thing in the Unreal Engine where you can just, like, fucking drop it in and, like, it'll patch ultra-wide support into the game. Go fuck yourself. A modder, even though this game is easy anti-cheat, so it's, like, insanely mod unfriendly, literally, day one of the pre-release, a modder had ultra-wide support working.
Yep.
You have no excuse. You are a garbage development studio. You literally just drop an exe into the fucking Unreal, like the Unreal folder,
Yeah.
like the core, like main path that has all the files in it. You just drop a fucking installer in there and ultra wide works. Fuck you. This is something an unpaid intern can do in 2 minutes. Private PvE lobbies, guys, was this not like one of the most complained about parts of Darktide? And you just didn't
Yes.
bother learning from that mistake?
Not only
And-
that, but like because the experience is so grindy. I know that in those first 3 days that we were playing, we just did not want to get any pugs or any randoms because they would slow down the grind. And
Yeah.
we're the kinds of players who understand that when you get to max level, the game feels good. It feels better, anyways, to play when you actually have your whole kit. And getting slowed down by random players just absolutely sucked.
Bro, I
It
kicked
sucked
over
so badly.
30 people on stream in the first 3 days of this game coming out, and I fucking felt good every single time I kicked them. Every single time I was like, oh, I'm so happy this game is made like fucking dog shit. Would I have made a private lobby if I could have? Yes, absolutely,
Yep.
because I wouldn't have had to hit the pause menu to go in to kick them. Also, by the way, if you want to kick a player or edit your squad member, you have to use the arrow keys? Like,
Well,
dude, what is this? A fucking 90s game?
Yeah.
You don't just have mouse support for the menu?
I forgot about that.
Like, what
Yep.
the fuck? Is this like a 90s game? You, instead of WASD to move, it's fucking the arrow keys? Like, you can't even WASD to, like, move to the kick button. You have to use the arrow keys. I genuinely think the people who made this PC port have never played a PC game before. Because they're still doing, like, oh, yeah, you know, navigating the menu, let's do the fucking arrow keys. You know, it's like, literally, people stop doing that. Dude, hey, guys. Doom! The original Doom didn't even do that. This game has certain design aspects that are older than Doom from 1999. Like, what the fuck? But, this year one battle plan. You should be ashamed. Mike, Kenneth, or Keith, or whatever the fuck you are, the Saber guy who's commenting on people's reviews, you should be ashamed. You should be embarrassed. This should be a point of, like, you should not be proud of this shit right here. Basic features that virtually every other game is launching with, you're
Yeah,
like...
you cannot not launch with this, dude. Like, that's crazy. No private lobbies in a PvE game. And it's not only just private lobbies, it's like forced random matchmaking as well.
Yeah, I can't even start a game. If I started matchmaking right now, it's going to drop me into some other goofballs game. And then it's like a 70% chance they just instantly kick me because they don't want me there either. I don't want to
Yep.
be in their game, and they don't want me in there, and they don't want me there. Bro, even Darktide at least had the option to where if you queue with another person, you can make the lobby private. Like, at least it had that option. It didn't have totally private matchmaking, but it, like, launched with, like, semi-private matchmaking. This game didn't even have that. And, new PvE missions? Is that campaign missions? Because how are you just going to launch new operations? Every operation is tied to a cutscene in the main game. So what the fuck happens when you want to make a new operation, but the campaign's over and there's no more things for you to tie it into? Does this mean, like, you're making a new like story mission so you can then tie an operation into it. Well, I don't think anybody wants that. Who the fuck wants to re-download a 100 GB game that has 0 replayability that they're done with so they can play a new 10-minute expansion and then go play a 20-minute PvE mission that's super grindy and just like the rest of them? Who the fuck wants to do that? I don't know a human being on Earth who's going to do that. Unless you just want people to sit there with the game installed on their hard drive. Or, like, is this just operations? And it says missions. Is this going to be one operation or multiple? Is this even going to be
it'll be two.
operations? Is this
It'll
going
be
to
two.
is this going to be an expansion to the single player story? Or is this going to be an expansion to the fucking co-op? Who knows? Who fucking knows? It could just all be marketing speak. For all we
My
know.
hopium,
Let's
my
hear the
hopium is that it's operations. My hopium is it's more operations and that it builds
I
towards
mean,
another story, but the
That's the
story's
thing
kind
is
of
that
wrapped up.
that's like that's the insinuation. But why would why
don't
would
know.
they even leave it up to interpretation? Why would they just be like new
Also,
operation
you
mission?
want prime example. This game is lacking significantly in depth and content, plus a new enemy, plus a new enemy, plus a new
One
enemy.
let's go.
Every
Do you know how many
single
new
s-
enemies that have been added to like Darktide, like two.
There has
or
there has
three?
been one new enemy added to
One?
Darktide, unless you count the Demon
Yeah.
Host and like the Chaos Spawn. So I guess yeah,
Uh,
two.
yeah.
We'll say 2 enemies have been added because Demon Host was added the first week. So Darktide, the gameplay loop is so refined and perfect that they only felt the need to add like 2 new things to it.
And they're like little mini bosses. A demon host is like more of an environmental hazard, more
And
than
like,
a
but this
real
game, dude, the
boss.
fact you have the design space to add 3 mechanically unique like enemies to shake up the gameplay, guys, why the fuck wasn't this like that is like critical? Like that is gonna what if there's an enemy in here that like gives everyone fire resistance and it makes the Melta like really bad when it's available? Like that is
Yeah.
like shaking up like that is like fundamentally altering your understanding of what what is good and bad. Like that is not something you can just casually drop, you know? That's like you gotta like that should have been there from the start, buddy. Like
Well, also, like, even if you're looking at the enemy variety in the game, we talk about the extremist enemies, and the only difference between the Lictor and the Slithery boy, is that the Lictor is just 10 times more annoying. They have the same function, they do the same thing,
Yeah,
but it's just
you
10
can't
times more
attack them
annoying.
until they like reveal themselves.
Right.
And one of them you need to do a little quick time event. By the way, quick time events really in 2024.
yeah.
You do
Wait,
a
hold
quick
on.
time
1,
event.
2, 3, 4, like 5. So it's gonna take you like 5 months to make a single PvP game mode.
Also, by the way, considering that it only says season 3 and season 4 for 2025, I'm guessing that means that there's going to be 6 months between season 3 and season 4, or they're each going to be 6 months. Like, is there only going to be 2 seasons in 2025? So that means 2 updates.
I don't think so, but
No,
ooh, man,
no,
if that's the
year.
case,
No.
oof.
Mock is right. Year one.
Year one.
This encompasses the whole year from now until September
September to September.
2025. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is all we're getting from right now. Boom, 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 boom.
So season 2 is going to be December to February. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Pretty
take them
much.
like 3 fucking months to make a single new 30-minute PvE map.
Yeah.
Like
so first
wha-
off, there's a lot of
This
things
isn't
that-
even
first off,
drip feed.
cut
This is
off-
fucking
yeah.
Chinese water torture, dude.
So first off, we could chop off the entire bottom half. All of that is just cosmetics. So eliminate that from your mind. Eliminate the first September part because that should have already been in the game, like in beta.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay,
be
so
waiting
now we have
3
season
months
2, yeah.
for these 3 things.
Missions, 2 missions,
Or
4
4 things.
missions. How many? Lethal difficulty, is that just going to be an increase in HP? Again? That doesn't sound very interesting. Is the
What if the-
Volklight pistol just going to fucking suck?
What if the
Probably.
gun's bad, dude? Oh no.
What if the gun's bad?
Oh no.
Well then that's 1/4 of the entire update that no one cares about.
Yeah,
New
also
enemy, that's
If lethal difficulty isn't Auric Maelstrom side, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also-
because the difficulties in this game are just HP increase. They're not meaningful. They're
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
look, look,
trash.
look,
I don't know.
look. So for the entire rest of 2024, this is all we're getting. So for the next 1, 2, 3, 4 months at a bare minimum, it is going to take them at a bare minimum 4
Make,
months
like,
to make
2
a
missions.
single
Oh, yeah.
single new PvE game mode. From here to here, one
Yep. Or
single
mission,
mission.
One
yeah.
mission.
4
And then
fucking months.
new PvP game mode. Okay, so it's gonna
And then
take them
hold
that
on,
long
hold
to
on,
add
hold
capture
on,
the
hold
flag.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Wait, there are no new PvP
Uh-huh.
arenas in season 2?
Uh-huh.
We're waiting
Uh-huh.
till season 3 to get new maps?
We are
Yeah,
waiting
like
until
3
at
maps,
least like
by the way.
1,
Oh,
2,
bro,
3,
that's
4.
nonsense.
Yeah, it's gonna take them 5 fucking months to go from 3 maps to 4 maps in PvP.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna be playing on the same 3 maps that everyone's already sick of. You're gonna be playing on them for 5 fucking months.
New PvP game mode. What is that? Is that gonna be search and destroy?
Is
or
it gonna be
that
capture the flag? Is it gonna be something fucking gay like
Is it something
kiss
anyone
your
cares
homies?
about, or-
You know,
yeah.
like Battle
New
Barge
enemy
expansion.
also?
Oh boy, Battle Barge
Yeah.
expansion. I can't wait to spend more
What is
time
that
walking
even
around the
gonna
hub area.
PvE prestige ranks. That sounds okay.
Yeah, what should that again should just be in the game. So like what how are they going to handle that? Is that just going to
And
be
also,
like
yeah.
levels past 25 that don't do anything? It's just going to be a flex, or
like a little
is
cosmetic thing,
or
or
is
it
that
actually
going to
gonna
be
do
like do
something?
I have to
Yeah.
actually prestige and go back to level 1 and lose all my shit?
Oh, that would feel so fucking terrible. Holy shit.
And also, all of these
Don't-
things
don't
where
put
it's
that
like, it
idea out
says,
there.
where it says all of these things, like we're assuming that all of these will be executed well.
Oh,
What
yeah,
if these
subject
new
to
enemies
change.
are really, and also, what if these new enemies are really cancer? And they
Yeah,
actually make the
yeah.
game
What if
worse?
it's just like
Like,
a what
we're
if it's just
assuming
like
that
a
this new content is gonna make the game better.
yeah,
but-
you know what? What if they like make a new chaos Eximus enemy that like makes everyone immune to gunfire and forces you into melee and like
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
You know?
Oh, fuck, dude.
basically
Yeah,
a
dude,
zoanthrope.
like,
Like there's
I
no
would kill
zoanthrope.
myself,
There's
yeah.
no zoanthrope equivalent for chaos. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, what if they do make that and it's just, forces you into melee with them? Because they
And,
are the
this
1,000
lethal-
Suns. Like,
Yeah. And this lethal difficulty, it could be really good, but it could also just be another difficulty that
increase.
just makes the
Another
damage
HP
better.
increase. Oh,
And then the
boy.
game just feels even.
and then
shittier.
right here, season 4.
Yeah.
So, dude, season 3, we're already like, over, like, we're already like
Yeah.
over here in like 2025 February. So, bro,
Yeah.
you can expect season 4 like
to happen
like May.
summer to.
No, I'm sorry.
Season
Year
4.
1. Year 1. This covers the entirety of year 1. So season 4 is probably coming out September 2025.
Yeah.
So you know what? They're probably going to do this on December,
Yep.
and then they're probably
Wait,
going to do
Wait,
this.
So you also think about it. Look,
March.
it's going to take them 1 year to make one new weapon.
Yeah. No,
Like-
there's another weapon here. So 2 weapons. Yeah, it's going to take
No,
them
that's what I'm saying. Between season
the
2
Neo
and season 4,
Valkyte,
there's
which is
gonna
just
be like.
which just looks like a
Like,
fucking plasma
yeah.
pistol reskin, by the way. But it's
Yeah.
just like, dude, yeah, no, he's exactly right. Literally, like, this is year 1, bro. This covers their entire game plan from launch until
Yeah.
next year of launch. Like,
It
this
takes
is
them 6 months to make a new gun.
going
Yeah.
to launch September 2025. We have to wait a whole year for Horde mode. Who the
Yeah.
fuck is going to care about this game a year from now?
Yeah, like all of this shit needed to happen like within 6 months of the game launching, minimum.
Yeah, like, Jeff, are you gonna fucking, let's say you uninstall this game, like 6 months from now, you put like 400 hours total into it, you uninstall the game. Are you really coming back for Horde mode? Play it like, it's literally a Horde,
Maybe?
it's literally a Horde
Ugh.
mode.
Maybe, yeah.
It's the same enemies you've
It-
already fought, just spawning in an arena and running at you. You kill like 10 waves and you win.
It really depends on the balancing, dude. Because right now,
Yeah.
I'm already getting tired of the game because
Yeah,
it's
so am I. I'm
hey,
glad
equip
you.
a melty
I'm
gun-
so,
uh,
dude.
equip-
I'm
equip
so
a melty
fucking.
gun and just
I'm
you
so
can't
fucking.
use anything else. Like
I'm so
oh,
fucking
man.
happy you brought this up because I haven't played the game in like the last 3 days because I just don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. It's not replayable at all.
And
Mod-
I'm a
dude.
40K. I'm a 40K Andy. Like I'm
Bro,
trying.
bro,
I'm trying to love the game.
Hold on, his profile picture. Let me just pull this up. Shameless shilling. His profile picture is literally like custom like Warhammer art. You know, dude dedicates an entire fucking video YouTube channel to Warhammer games. Like,
Yeah.
and even this guy is like, man, you know what? I'm kind of fucking sick of this super repetitive gameplay loop already.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
And
it's
you know, it's like, first off, this isn't enough content what's on screen. And even if, and that's just assuming if it would be good. I can imagine most of these things making the game worse. These PvE missions, are they going to be like actually have
Are
some
they gonna be
mechanics
another
to them,
fucking
or are they
escort
gonna be
mission?
another marathon?
Oh
Is
no.
it gonna be like another marathon mission where you're running the whole time?
Is it gonna
Or
be
is it gonna
another
be you have
fucking
to
mission where we,
escort? Yeah.
where we have to charge a battery and then flip it 4 times in a row so we can like reverse it to back it up into fucking that
Are you
dick?
even gonna
And-
want to play these new missions?
Yeah, because there's already one mission
Yeah.
in this game that is so bad I never want to play it, and that's the one where
And
you escort the
also,
battery.
One thing that it was just hitting me with the lethal difficulty is, what's going to be the incentive to play on this?
That's true.
Are they
What
going
is
to
the
Are
incentive?
they going to
Yeah.
add a new rarity? So I'm going to have like a Uber Meltagun?
Yeah,
now?
regrind all my shit again. Like,
or like, are they going to add more crafting materials? Like,
Yeah.
or is it just going to be there for the challenge and there's no progression incentive for it?
yeah,
Like-
exactly. Like this game is not complex enough to care about.
Yeah.
I literally was the first person in the entire world to do no hit mission and never get hit once on the highest difficulty. Nobody gives a fuck. It's got like 2,000 views. I just lazily rank the classes on a notepad and get like 30,000. You know, or I could make a video like this game defeated the woke feminist. It literally fucking ripped her in half, and that would give me like 100,000 views. I could literally upload a video saying Space Marine 2 ripped a blue-haired Twitter liberal in half and saved the West and get like 100,000 views.
Yeah.
Or I could like dedicate
This is
100
like
hours.
half of the good press, by the way, of this game.
Yeah, or I could dedicate like
This
100
game-
hours.
This game being a catalyst for the culture pisses
Yeah.
me off so fucking much, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I
this
guess-
is
I
so
guess-
much.
I guess we talk about
Holy
this now.
fuck.
Yeah.
Guys, every single one of you. I normally like to avoid calling people out directly to not get into like YouTube fights. This guy is a homosexual male who enjoys dressing up in drag and sucking fat black dicks when the camera's turned off. How do I know that? Because only a man who's like not a man and actually like a girl in private like does this shit. No secure man is like this. And this dude has uploaded like 50 million videos that are like
Yeah.
the
I
woke.
mean, just
Look,
look
just
at these.
just
like,
just look at
just
yeah, just
use
let
your
it.
eyes. Like, you
It
don't even need
never
to say
fucking
anything.
stops. It never.
Space Marine
I
gets
could,
trans.
dude. I can just scroll
Yeah.
and it just keeps. Dude, woke hammer game dead on arrival. The tactical Templar. Like, dude, it never fucking stops with this fucking game.
Not only
like,
that, but
just
like
use
4
your eyes, yeah.
months. 4 months
Hold on.
before the game released, the narrative was, "Oh, it's got a trans writer. The game's
Yeah.
gonna be woke. Fuck.
Look,
It's gonna be dead on arrival."
look.
Yep.
It's literally every single page on the Steam discussions. There is at least one fucking post like this. Talking
hate
about
this
like
so much.
DEI or whatever. Half of the discourse surrounding this game has nothing to do with the video game.
Yeah.
Why are there no female Space Marines? Stop complaining about Marine women, please.
Literally, not like at least 50% of this video game's discourse.
Like, I
has
like how the guy who says, "Hey, I am physically capable of playing this video game," gets less traction than the guy saying, the woke mob."
But not only that,
Like,
but like guys, like the video game launches, and everybody who's making those videos smack talking the game because it had like a trans writer or whatever. Complete 180. Complete
Yeah.
180. Oh,
Yeah,
the game is a
seriously.
A
fucking
triumph.
peak
Yeah.
Triumph
masculinity.
for
Fucking
masculinity. Yeah.
men are back, guys. Let's
And first off,
fucking go.
and first off, like, it's so confused because the game basically.
Yeah,
like, you
no,
said this before, Sam,
hold on,
game is
no,
woke.
no. I'm putting my fucking foot down on this one. Jeff, you literally, I'm gonna make a video just about this. Fuck you, Asmongold. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, look, it's this guy again. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck every single one of you. Seriously. I am normally the last person to defend like trans people and shit. I'm like the last person to like get on this shit. But it turns out just because the person writing the story is trans doesn't mean they have
Yeah.
to make the story all about them or whatever.
And putting
Turns
them
out,
in a
turns
thumbnail
hey,
and
hey,
shit, and, like,
turns out
Yeah.
that people can make something independent of their identity or political leaning.
Yeah.
You know, look
Yeah.
at this. Look at this fucking guy. I can't get over this guy. This guy's literally like a piece of shit. I am the last person to be like, ew, this guy's a transphobe. Get him. No, I think this guy is probably just homophobic and transphobic. Just straight up. Like, there is no way you make your entire identity this. And then, like, there's no way you go from fucking. Literally, this dude has made like 50 fucking. You know, reject woke agenda as Space Marine 2 wins. Oh, pre release? Huh. Trans Space Marines? This game is cooked, guys. Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at. Look, literally, like, rejects
Yeah.
woke over there. Like, dude, just a fucking month ago, you were like, a trans woman making the game. That's it, guys. It's over. Like,
Yeah.
fuck all of you. No, genuinely, seriously, fuck every
Yeah.
single one of you. This is what actual transphobia looks like. You literally just
Yeah.
heard trans person is now writing the game. Oh, it's gonna fucking suck now. Oh, it's gonna be so bad. But then the game
And
comes.
you know, and now everyone's sucking the game stick, and you know who's getting no credit? This
The
chick.
writer.
Yep, the
The
writer.
writer. Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
No one's
Yeah,
gonna be
look,
like, yeah,
look.
we were wrong. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
look,
she's
look,
she's
yeah.
trans, but she actually wrote a good
Look
story.
at this. A game
Yeah.
for toxic masculinity. Playthrough for masculine. Look at this. Literally, just put the word like masculinity in Space Marine 2 and look at all these videos that are like masculine. Weren't all you motherfuckers complaining because a trans woman wrote the fucking story?
I got
Yeah,
I
it's-
got the title for my
Like,
next video. Let's
isn't
go,
it
dude.
so weird that like this
Look at
beacon
this
of
guy.
masculinity game was written by a trans woman?
No,
Like,
look at
dude,
this guy.
get
This is
over it.
another one. This is another fucking closeted homo where like everything he does is like, oh, it's all woke, it's all woke, it's all woke. But
Oh
then
my God,
like
there's black people in like video games.
but then it's
I
like
was about to say, isn't this game by modern definition of woke?
Yes,
Because of
yes,
Chiron
yes.
and Gadriel?
By
Yes,
Warhammer
and
standards, it is.
this
Yeah.
this is something that I always point out to these people.
It's
Guys,
just a complete mess.
there are no black or Asian ultramarines. None. Hey, I don't even like Warhammer as a setting, but if I'm gonna decide I don't like something, I feel like I at least owe it the respect of learning a good bit about it to decide it's not
Yeah.
for me. And I'm gonna give you guys some deep lore. Before Trump, before politics took over like the entire world, it was set in stone that Space Marines are one ethnicity because
they're all the same, 'cause they're all
it
the
was
GT,
literally
yeah.
in like the original Codex Astartes. If we had multiple, ethnicities in our chapter, it could lead to division and like biases against one another. So
Yeah.
what they did, you guys want to get into old Warhammer lore? Every single Primarch genocided all the races that they didn't deem superior and compatible with their gene seed. They genocided all of them on their homeworlds. And then they like fucking, that's it. This is the chosen people. We're now going to insert our gene seed and like make them even more like the
Yeah.
Primarch.
Yeah.
But then this game rolls around, Modern Games Workshop. They need to have a black character. So, black Ultramarines are now a thing.
Yeah.
Like, by
like, I
Warhammer, by
concur, yeah.
Warhammer lore standards, this game is ultra fucking woke. Like, this game is not what you think it is. You are not making the argument. You're only saying, oh, and notice all those channels I was just talking about, like that we
Yeah.
were scrolling through. You look at these guys' channels. It's like, do you think you think this guy's a big Warhammer head? You think this guy, oh, no, he was hopping on the fucking Helldivers. No, this guy doesn't give a fuck about Warhammer. He's only talking about it because it's popular. Oh, and look, right before
Yeah.
Helldivers, he was talking with titties in the, this guy's a fucking vulture.
Yeah,
like-
I guarantee you, real Asian robots making videos on this game right now.
Like this
calling
shit,
it
like
the
this
best game.
narrative, this
Yeah.
like antidote to modern games. What do you mean? This game does everything modern games does. It's overpriced. It fucking doesn't, it's not
As-
feature complete. It
Yeah,
launched with a bunch of bugs.
DLC,
Day one
bugs,
DLC. Like,
not enough
dude,
content. Yeah,
like,
It's actually by definition
yeah.
game. Like if it's the
I
criteria.
I
perfectly.
genuinely hate this fucking narrative that is going on. It is like literally, you guys are fucking retarded. And
So can
like,
I say something?
of course.
So, I think the moral of this is really that you need to judge a game based on whether or not it's good and not whether or not like this or that like first
Identity
off,
politics.
yeah,
You can't just be
remove
like, yeah.
yourself from this shit.
You take
Like,
yourself,
look at the
unplug from the fucking culture war, dude. Go talk to
and
someone in real
unplug
life.
from Matrix, like, dude,
Bro,
Yeah.
yes, unplug from the Matrix. If you go
Like-
outside right now to
Yeah.
a bar and you tell people, yeah, man, I really like video games. I was really looking forward to this Space Marine
And
game. You
I
play no,
learned
no,
they had
no.
a trans
Yeah,
writer,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, no, seriously. I want you to play out this thought experiment in your head right now and tell me if it doesn't sound like it's going to get you like shot. You walk up to a bar, you're starting to chat with a guy, you're getting friendly, and they're like, oh bro, you like video games too? What games do you play? Yeah, man, I was looking forward to Space Marine too. You know, I wanted to like shoot some aliens and like do some cool glory kills. Yeah, but then I found out that the
The
writer
woke mob.
the woke mob, the writer identifies as a woman. So you know, I just can't
Yeah,
give
it's a
my
no
money.
for me,
I just
dog,
can't
yeah.
give those money to those woke like evil trans people. They are gonna
Yeah.
look at you
They'd be
like you're a fucking school shooter.
"Whoa." Yeah.
They're gonna be like, they're gonna be like, dude, get this guy away from me. Hey, you want to know why you're like depressed and sad and feel like you can't socialize? It's because you like actually give a
Weird
fuck
like
about like the
this, yeah.
gender of video game writers. Like, there you go. You know,
Like your opinion of a game should not depend on whether or not it's a beacon of masculinity or whether or not the writer is trans. The game sucks,
if it
yeah,
sucks,
but
yeah,
not because of any of that. It sucks because it sucks, dude.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. That
seriously,
person
get a
wasn't
fucking
responsible for
grip.
making the
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah, like get
They
a
wrote the
fucking
single
grip,
player,
dude.
and most people
Seriously.
love the single player. It's oh my god, it's just so
Yeah.
it's just so ridiculous. So I think we should
Yeah.
talk about PvP a bit now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
Should we though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
It's,
so this is one of my videos actually. I want you all to watch this clip. Tell me if you think that this guy is having fun.
See what I can do from here.
Did
I
that
love
guy
not
have fun?
playing the game.
Did that guy
I
have
love
fun?
not playing the game.
Did it look like that guy had fun to you? No, here. Let's watch it again just to really reiterate.
See what I can do from here.
He can't move. Right now, he cannot move.
He cannot play the video game. And now he's
Yeah, I
dead.
can't play. Yep.
So if you just have a buddy play Vanguard and you just stick with him, it's like a guaranteed free kill every single time.
Yep.
So Vanguard is actually really weak. It actually sucks, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Its weapon selection is actually one of the weakest out of like all the classes overall. It
Yep.
is generally not a strong class in PvP. The hook is great for mobility, but guess what?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about flanking? Because if you try to flank an objective, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to you right now. There's going to be 3 people standing on it because that's where all the team fights are happening. You're going to shoot them from behind once. They're going to turn around and they're going to kill you in like a second. So it's not
Yeah.
like flanking is not really valid unless you spawn with the Melta bomb and then you just, try to suicide bomb them with a Melta, which that's balanced. Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sure. Definitely. That's fun.
Or
But,
you play as the stealth bomber that is the entire assault class. That is
Yeah,
completely
so
silent in
here's
the
the
air
thing
with their
about assault. So look at what just happened. Listen. Shh. Listen. Do you see this guy in front of me? He's about to go up in the air. Listen.
Thank you, Vanguard.
Notice a lack of anything? Now, I want you to know this. A fully charged assault dive instantly kills you. You can run into a room that has an assault just flying in it and instantly die with absolutely 0 chance of knowing that he was there. Oh,
Yep.
please tell me this guy like goes in the air. Yeah, like right here. Look, you just heard a guy flaw. Look at this. Look.
Oh, wow,
Look.
Mark, he's gonna run straight into us.
Where it's Yeah, look.
Yeah,
Look.
there.
You
No
did
s-
no
no
sound.
sound too. Yeah.
No sound. Look, I just got fucking stunned right there. If my teammate didn't kill that guy, I'd be dead right now. But look, I mean, I was still stunned for so long. And it's just like
Notice the grenades that everybody's using as well. Everyone's using the fucking shot grenades because
Yeah.
they're just
Shh.
they're
Look,
so fucking
look,
good.
look. Am I having fun? Look. There was no counterplay. There was nothing I could have done. I just had to suck the.
we should
like,
be able to parry the van. I think that would be fun.
You should get a fucking heads up that the hook is coming and you should be able to parry it. Even if it's like a fucking checking a drive rush in Street Fighter.
Anything, dude. Anything.
Anything
Like,
is better than this shit. A
something,
guy
yeah.
just silently walks up behind you, hooks you once, and you're just dead.
Yeah.
There was literally nothing I could have done in this clip. And I know someone's going to be like, oh, well, it's bad position. You should be in a different position. Half my team is here on the objective. What do you mean bad position? Like, half
Yeah,
my
and you're,
teammates
like,
are right
behind
here.
Cover. Like,
Yeah,
like, you
behind
have
cover.
cover,
Yeah,
right?
how
Yeah.
was I supposed to know
just
the
got
enemies?
flanked,
Yeah, not even flanked. They started spawning over there. This is the guy I just killed. The guy who hooked me right here. This guy, the guy who hooked me, like, right here. Yeah, look, this guy. Look, he dies.
Dead.
And then, like, 10 seconds later,
Oh, he
He's
spawned
behind you.
behind.
he's
you.
back. Yeah, what the fuck was
Holy
I supposed to
shit.
do? The
Yeah.
spawn swapped. There's no way to know the spawn swapped. And, like... Oh, okay. So the spawn swapped, and because you instantly respawn with your ultimate fully recharged, even if he plays like shit and uses his hook for mobility, he can just go straight into this and like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I just die. It's not fun. There was no interaction there. There was no gameplay. I just lose. And you know what? You want even more evidence for my point? I play with this clan, the TH guys. These were like super high tier, like top tier players in Space Marine 1, and they're playing on here now. And look at how unfair this game has been. 13-1, 8-3, 8-6, 10-6. And look at these two Vanguard. Look at these two Chuckle Fucks. 3-13, 3-8. Vanguard is objectively a bad class in PvP, but it has the most annoying ability in the entire game. So, and look, these guys rank 8, rank 6. Like, as far as PvP goes, like, dude, I have like 20 hours in PvP, and I'm only like rank 8, like right now. So, like, these are not noobs. You know, these are not noobs. These people are probably higher ranked than most of you watching this. If you're not watching this like a year after it comes out. And it's like,
Dude, the thing that I absolutely hate about all this is that you have to grind to reuse the weapons you've already been using in operations for 50 hours.
Fucking you're stuck. You need to grind to unlock everything. You can't just pick whatever guns you want to use.
Yeah. For example, if you want to use the charged sniper rifle, you have to grind to rank 24 to use it. I'm like rank 8 after like 20 hours. And by the way, my win record, 99%. We have only lost 3 games. We have played like about like 56 games, and we've only lost like 2 or 3 of them. And I'm still only like rank 8, like 8.5. So you have to
back into this design philosophy of wasting your time and extracting every ounce of time out of it.
If you want to play
every ounce of playtime.
If you want to play the charge sniper, you genuinely have to grind PvP, winning like 400 or 500 games, which is going to take you like 200 hours just to like get the rank. Bro, Talon has been playing PvP every single day since launch. He has like 70 hours in the game, all PvP. He is currently like rank 15. He's like, what the fuck? He's still like another like 100 hours away from getting it. And it's like, dude, who the fuck? Why? Why is this so fucking grindy? And it's like, it's stupid. Oh, look at this. You know, it's like this. It's stupid, dude. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the aim bloom. This is the section when we were like prepping the video. This is what I was talking about. So look, I start shooting this guy. He comes down. I don't stop shooting. And look.
No,
none of these, none of these shots connect.
Shit.
Yeah, because unless you like force yourself to stop shooting, like you just, that's the aim bloom I'm talking about. And that bloom is in PvE as well. That's another reason why bolt weapons suck in PvE. Because,
they don't
you know,
fucking go where you want
bro,
them to.
swarm technology. There's 50 guys running at you. You hold down the trigger. After 3 seconds, you no longer shoot straight, and you cannot defend yourself. It's like, who designed this?
Before we move on, did you also want to talk about Bullwork since we're on
Bullwork can block indefinitely, and they can block everything. The only thing that they can't block is a grenade that's like behind them or damage from behind. So I want to put a situation in your mind right now, in your brain. I just want to implant this in your brain. Let's say you have a Bullwork standing like, let me go back to when I was outside. Let's say you have a Bullwork standing like, you know, right there on the staircase. What do? What do you do? He's just standing there blocking. What do you do? Nothing.
Shot grenade. Oh,
Yeah, if you have it, you can do
And
that.
also, the
Yeah.
flag is very. The flag it's just not good design in PvP. It's not like.
Yeah, because you respawn with it instantly charged. So you respawn,
That's
run
true.
into the objective, drop the flag, and now everyone is like damn near unkillable and gets a free push into the objective. And then you just let yourself die, respawn, reflag another objective, and it's like, this feels like borderline cheese. You should not respawn with your ultimate. Could you imagine Overwatch if you respawned with your ult fully charged? You just run
That'd be
in.
crazy.
You would just run in, alt die, run in, alt die.
It would
Yep.
change the entire meta. Like the entire game would be different.
Yeah, that's basically how this game works, and it's just as fucked up as you think it is. That
Yeah.
And
hey,
it lowers the skill ceiling as well.
it also affects PvE. You guys want to know why there's no like ultimate where like the heavy you want to know why the heavy isn't like in Terminator armor and his ultimate isn't just like pulling out like the 2 guns on his wrist like Lord Kaldar has, and it's just like 2 like heavy bolters mounted on his wrist that he activates? Because if you could just respawn with that in PvP, it would be a fucking ridiculous nightmare that would break the game. So
Yeah.
this is an example, just like Destiny 2, of bad decisions in PvP bleeding into PvE and affecting the rest of the game.
Yep.
Like you
Gosh,
want to
and
know
there's
what?
Not that you'll really be playing this long anyway. 'cause
You
of,
won't. There's no point. There's no point. There are no ranks, no leaderboards. Nothing
you don't
like
get
that.
you
There are
don't
tons
really
of
get
cheaters.
any special.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
By the way,
infinite grenades.
Oh, man.
EAC. By the way, EAC. We gave up modding for
which-
this.
Yep. We gave up modding.
For this right here. For this. Well, that guy. That's weird. Why'd that guy just die instantly? Oh.
Yep.
Bro, this guy's really hacking in space.
So you're not allowed to have mods.
Yep,
Because,
no mods.
EAC, which
Also has
which
infinite grenades as well. Infinite.
handles
infinite
all
everything.
cheaters.
Can't die.
There's no cheating in this game. It's
And
impossible.
you know what's crazy about this? 4 days ago. This was day 1 of launch.
Day one.
Day
Yeah.
one of launch, people were doing
Yep.
this. They had cheats up and running, ready to go in multiplayer PvP matches, literally ready to go day 1.
Yep. So all those problems that we have with the game that could be fixed with mods, they're not allowed to be fixed because of easy anti-cheat, which doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. We gave
Silly.
up the ability
Silly.
to mod the game so that we could have EAC. I hate EAC. Any game that adds EAC, even like Elden Ring, automatically like loses a couple points in my book.
Okay, like, dude, either if you're serious about cheating, then actually make and get a good fucking anti-cheat.
I'm going to say this right
or
now. I'm going to say
do
this super
nothing.
unpopular opinion. Kernel anti-cheat is the only valid anti-cheat because every other anti-cheat is so garbage it doesn't work. Look at Counter-Strike 2. Look at Counter-Strike
Look-
2 versus Valorant.
This is
Counter-Strike
actually
2
where leaderboards would be good though, because if someone has a ridiculous KD, a moderator could investigate that and be like, "Oh, this person's clearly a cheater."
Yeah, but then
Banned.
what's the
Boom.
point of the anti-cheat then if you're just gonna manual ban everyone?
Oh yeah, there shouldn't be an
Yeah.
anti-cheat. You should just
Yeah.
have the
Well,
manual
no, what I'm
bans.
saying is that if you're gonna commit to having an anti-cheat, actually have a good fucking anti-cheat.
Yeah,
like,
the
true.
people who bitch about kernel level anti-cheat are not going to stop any sales going from your games. Those are like
no,
people
dude, look at Valorant. Like
Yeah,
one
no,
of the
no.
most popular shooters on the
Ever,
market
like,
right now,
ever,
with
yeah.
the most invasive anti-cheats ever in gaming. Hasn't stopped anyone one bit from playing the
Yeah,
fucking
people
game.
people still drop like $300 for a single gun
Yep.
skin pack on it,
Yo,
It's still
Yeah.
like one of the most popular shooters ever. Like
And you
no.
know what? It works. It
yeah,
is
it's so
for
aggressive.
how
If
popular
you
it
if
is.
you go on like the cheat tables website, they will tell
they've
you
accepted
yeah,
defeat, dude.
No,
Yeah.
they will tell you, hey, if you have played Valorant even once, you need to follow these steps to uninstall this from your computer, or
Dude,
else
dude,
it will ban
you will get banned from cheating in other games.
that don't even have
from their
Valorant's
anti-cheat,
anti-cheat.
yeah.
Yeah, it is that
Yeah.
fucking good. And you know what? I'm not even going to get into this, but there's also some experimental AI anti-cheats you can use. Use an AI visual anti-cheat and kernel level hardware detection anti-cheat, and like there
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
But,
That is
like,
the future. And you
yeah.
know what? If you're going to complain about that, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Get fucking used to it, because in 10 years, that's just going to be standard and
It's going to be
unavoidable.
the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're-
also because cheats are evolving just as fast.
Yeah,
as
look
well.
at Call of Duty. Call of Duty's practically unplayable. Everyone's fucking like
Yeah.
zimming or using a Cronus
Yeah,
now.
like this is what you need to do, because
Bro,
if
look
you
at the
don't
finals.
have this level, yeah.
Yeah.
The finals
And
literally
then
died
look
on
at
launch
look
because
at
of it.
how advanced cheats are now, and look at how much cheating isn't a problem in Valorant. Like, you need this in order to have any kind of
Yeah,
competitive integrity. But if you're not gonna have a competitive environment, then don't put fucking dumb ass like, put anti-cheat in your game if you actually fucking mean it, right?
yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
dude, this
Because
game is gonna have cheaters unless
because
you had some fucking
because it's
Vanguard.
EA, and that's the thing. EAC is not even really a fucking anti-cheat anymore, dude.
No,
it is.
it's
is.
just something to like scare
Yeah,
retards who are
it
like
is.
afraid of cheating. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the
dude.
company is covering their asses.
You know the kind of
basically.
cheating it
Yeah.
actually stops? People cheating experience in PvE so they have to grind less. That's the kind of cheating it
Yeah.
fucking stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like, oh, we've detected that your weapon has an abnormal amount of XP. You are banned now. And it's like,
Yeah.
wow, you care
Yeah.
more that I skipped the shitty weapon grind than some fucking Chinese, guy going like, big boy,
And
and
going
killing
and
everyone.
having a 48 KD.
Yeah, it really tells me where your fucking priorities are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is dumb. It's so dumb.
But the PvP gets very boring very fast. Like, there's only 3 maps. There's only 3 maps in 3 game modes. One of which is just
Yep.
standard TDM. Like, bro, you cannot tell me that shit is entertaining for like
No.
50 hours. This is not Call of Duty.
Like, if you're a serious PvP player, you're not going to be playing the non-objective based mode. So really, you're only really going to be playing one game mode the whole time.
Well, actually,
on 3
no,
maps.
no, Mock. All the serious PvP players in this game do play only the objective game modes because
Yeah.
the
Because
TDM
those
is
are
like,
the competitive
Yeah.
game modes. TDM
Yeah.
is not a competitive game mode.
yeah. And by the way, one of the objective game modes is unplayably bad. I don't know if you've played it, but it's basically it's literally just King of the Hill. And
Yeah.
I'll let you imagine how bad King of the Hill is if you have a guy.
With a flag.
Yeah, with a flag and Bullwork. Hey, would you guys want to play Capture Point in Overwatch if Reinhardt's shield was unbreakable? Because that's basically what Bullwork is.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah. No, imagine 5 CP, but the shield meta was back and shields were literally unbreakable. It was a mechanic that they couldn't break anymore.
Yeah. So if any Overwatch players, imagine you're back at Overwatch 1, you're attacking on Hanamura, and you're playing against double shield like Orisa Sigma, and their shields can't break.
Yeah, that's basically like
Yeah.
King of the Hill in this game. Oh, also,
Yeah.
and they all have Lucio's ultimate. That respawns every
Yeah,
time.
the
That respawns every time they
overshield,
die. Yeah, that respawns
the
every time.
overshield,
Yeah. For all my Overwatch players out there, the PvP King of the Hill in this game is always gonna pitch you up against fucking like Reinhardt and like Sigma, but they have Lucio's ultimate and they get their ultimate every time they die, and their shields can never break.
No, not just that, but literally everyone has their ult regen instantly.
Yeah,
when
I
they
know, but it's
respawn.
just like, oh my
Everyone,
god,
yeah,
does that not sound
especially
like
that. Yeah.
unbelievable fucking cancer? Because it is. It
Yeah.
is to play.
Yeah,
Oh, and
it
grenades
is.
insta kill, and you respawn with your grenades. So in a
Oh,
King of the
man.
Hill game mode, everyone throws on flashbangs and shock grenade, area
Yeah.
denial grenades, and just chucks like 6 of them on the point. And like, what do you do? What do you do?
So
So
it's cheese on cheese on cheese on
The
cheese.
only game mode that anyone cares about at all is domination. Because there's
Domination,
3 objectives, you can flank around. It is literally the only game mode
There's
in
some
this game.
strategy. there,
Yeah. When I'm playing with Talon, we are constantly running into old Space Marine clans. People that will have like bracket, 2 letters bracket. We
Also,
are
if you have more than 3 friends, I'm pretty sure we said this, but
yeah,
can't
this
play
game.
with all of
Yeah,
them.
you can only
Yeah.
queue with 3 of your 6 teammates.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
And if they're
Why?
on a different platform, there's no.
I mean, I
crossplay
think
between
they've
PC and
made it
and
very
all that
yeah,
stuff.
because which I think is dumb because like it's not a competitive.
It's not a
shooting.
serious game. Yeah, it's not a
Like
serious
like
game. Who
like
cares?
this like PvP is like a casual bros like kind of have fun on the side. Like
Yeah.
it's so weird. Like they have an anti-cheat and they're not allowing crossplay, so they're kind of giving the vibe that they want people to take it seriously. And yet there's
Yeah.
no leaderboards and there's no rank. So it's like like, are they taking it seriously? Like, do they not want MNK and
Yeah,
Aim
they
Assist to
did
play
all
with each
the
other?
things.
Do they
Bro,
not
bro,
stacking? Do they
bro.
not want
This
stacking?
game is trying to have
Yeah.
more competitive integrity than Call of Duty, which is a game you can play professionally and make a living from esports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
that,
it's like
It's
they're
silly.
kind of confused with the direction of it. Like
Yeah.
they want it to be
brother, you
competitive,
only
but they
have
don't
3
want it to be
maps.
competitive. Yeah.
You know, you only have 3 maps and 3
Yeah.
game modes, and 2 of them are like unplayable
Yeah, it's
garbage.
like you have an anti-cheat. You're not allowing stacking above a certain point.
You're not
You're
allowing multiple
you're not
inputs to play
allowing.
together. Like,
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
you're
So
taking
it's
this
like
more seriously
you're
than like actual esports do.
yeah.
It's
It's just
crazy.
it just doesn't make any sense. And yet if they're gonna take it seriously, why have easy anti-cheat? Get a good anti-cheat.
Yeah,
Like,
it
it
like
just
there's
makes
no
no sense.
it.
Yeah.
It's like the most half-assed attempt. It's misguided.
It's
It's
half-assed.
misguided.
It's very half-assed.
It is
It's
it
like
is you can tell that they had an idea that they wanted it to be like a competitive thing, but they had no one on the team with any experience with competitive video
Yeah.
gaming at all.
So they kind of settled for like this half in between, and it just doesn't do either well.
Nope.
Because the balance very clearly indicates this is supposed to be like a haha, oh shit, whatever, like fun,
I got
casual,
Vanguarded.
not really
Oh, who
balanced.
cares,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. But it's confused. It's confused games.
Like, you can't queue with all your friends. There's no private PvP matches like there was in Space Marine 1. You cannot
Which
have
also,
clan-
if
which
they
by
were,
the
if
way,
they were,
by the way,
yeah,
by the way, real quick. Hey, I just want you
yeah,
guys to know, like all the like tryhardy PvPers, they're already starting to go back to Space Marine 1. Like
Yep.
like for example, I saw Talon was playing with the other guy that me and him always queue with. I saw they were playing Space Marine 1 today. Like all the like serious clans that like will keep your game alive, like the whole reason
yeah.
Space Marine 1 had a fan base for like a decade, they're already going back. Because it's like
Also, yeah, another thing too is that if you're going to take PvP seriously, you need to have private games so people can have like tournaments or they can run scrims against each other. Like
Exactly.
it's the bare minimum.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
it's like they have the most half-assed attempt at competitive integrity, and all it does is make the game worse because it
yeah,
doesn't.
also
It isn't good
also
enough.
what happens when this game inevitably loses 99% of its player base like 5-10 years from now? Because come on,
Yeah.
if you think more than 1,000
More
people are going to
than
be playing this
15
game
left.
a decade from now, you're fucking
Yeah.
delusional. They can't run private games with each other, so
Yeah.
you're completely dependent on matchmaking.
Stuck with
So
matchmaking.
the
Yeah.
moment the matchmaking stops rapidly putting you in games, you're in the death spiral. You're
And
done.
also, it's not. I don't think. I don't know if you noticed this, but on the roadmap, it said private PVE lobbies.
Yeah,
It's not
they
even on
aren't.
the
lobbies,
roadmap.
exactly.
Yeah,
to
they aren't
have, like,
planning on adding private
lobbies for
PvP.
people. It's
Yeah.
not even on the roadmap.
Yeah, PvP is a mini game, guys. It's a
Yeah.
side game mode. It's not
So if you're
it's not
listening
something
to
that the
this
devs
and
are
you're
taking
like
seriously at all.
really like interested in the PvP, do not buy this game. Do
Yeah.
not get this game. You will
Go
be
get into
immensely
Valorant.
disappointed. Get into anything.
Go get into
anything, but
Valorant.
Literally any other game, dude.
But hey,
Seriously.
so I mean, at least this game does 40K right?
I'm
Right?
glad.
Right.
Yeah, that is our
Right?
cue to
Yeah.
move on. So, I am going to say something, and I'm kind of glad we saved this to the end of the video so no one is going to hear me say these words. This is
Yeah.
not a good 40K game. By the standards of 40K, this game is insane. And hey, for all you the like one of you Joe Rogan types who didn't click out when I said it's really stupid to complain about the trans writer, now is when we get to complain about the trans writer. So,
Yeah, but we're not complaining about them because they're trans.
So,
We're complaining about them because
this
they wrote
shit-
some
They don't know
things
Warhammer.
poorly.
this shit is and they said that. They said that they're on a mission. They're not really a Warhammer fan. And it shows.
Yeah.
This is Saving Private Ryan in Warhammer.
Yeah.
So,
The
first off,
problem
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's just start with one of the most egregious examples. So, also heavy fucking spoilers because I don't give a fuck. So, Project Aurora is taking a chaos corrupted. So right here, Titus is under suspicion of the Inquisition to the point where he has a goddamn chaplain watching over him, like his fucking retard autism handler. So, what does he do? One of the first things he does in the story is disobey a direct order from his captain, disobey the, recommendations of his squad mates to look at classified information he is not supposed to see
About heretical.
about a
bullshit,
heretical chaos empowered artifact that he is directly tied to. That is one of the first things he does in the story. Wow. Now, that is very Americanized war movie storytelling. I'm not going to
Yeah.
listen to my commander because I have a
I'm
feeling
gonna play
I
by
know
my
best.
own rules.
Yeah. Okay, first off, I'm just going to point this out right now. Where is this? Hold on.
Open file Project Aurora.
This guy
At this
is
moment?
this guy is pulling up the bolter and shooting him in the back of the head right now. In any 40K book, that's what's happening right now.
They
Yeah,
even
look.
look at each other like, what the
Open the
fuck is
file.
this?
You know, like, look at this. Look. He's actually there is a thing in Warhammer called tech heresy. Right now, he is committing heresy. This is heretical behavior. This is for the Archmagoses to know, not him. He is going into, like, private information of the Omnissiah's faithful as an Astartes. He is committing heresy right now.
Not only that, we're talking about heresy. Can we just go to the guardsman? Can we just go to the guardsman?
Yeah,
now?
because the guardsman
The-
is really bad.
Oh man, it's
I
fucking terrible.
I showed this scene to Jeff over here, and he just like sighed the entire time.
Me too,
Because
like,
yeah.
this is so out of place in a Warhammer
This is
game.
like a
Just watch
genuine
this.
facepalm. Yeah.
There
I'm not gonna
is
disobey orders once.
there
I'm not gonna
is
disobey orders
yeah,
twice.
there
I'm gonna
is
do it 4
there
times.
there is so much wrong. Let's just go from a 40K fan perspective. There is so much wrong with this scene from a 40K fan perspective. I'm a 40K hater, and even I am cringing at this.
Have the enemy infiltrated the dome?
No, my lord. What about
Okay.
the Temple of Thasian?
Okay.
The dome was evacuated days ago.
This is all fine.
That, by the way, he just dodged his question there.
Yeah.
A real Space Marine in a real Warhammer, like actually written by Warhammer people, he would have just been like, answer my question right now or I'm killing you.
Rejoin the main force immediately.
Direct order from your superior. Right. So all the Astartes are like above the Astra Militarum. So
Yep.
even like the Lord Generals of the Astra Militarum are like below Space Marine, like lieutenants
Yeah,
and
you
captains.
can't boss them around.
They
yeah.
are not beholden to the Astra Militarum or its roles, and the Astra Militarum is beholden to them. So, right here.
Our orders are to remain here.
From who? Fucking bumfuck Forrest Gump? Your orders are to remain here. Okay, well, your higher up superior is now giving you a new direct order in person. Like, this is heretical behavior. What are you doing, my dude?
On whose authority?
Captain Fairburn. We are to hold this position
Who
until further
gives
notice.
a fuck about Captain
Yeah.
Fairburn?
Yeah. Also, right here.
Empty. Now move on.
Yeah, he said it's been empty for days. So that means they've been sitting here doing nothing away from the fight for days. Those are traitors. Those are
Those are
deserters.
Yeah.
100%.
Nope. They're
Already.
like you don't
You're
even
dead.
need
Yeah,
you don't even need to be a Space Marine to know. Wait. What captain gave you the order to sit in an empty dome in the back in the back lines away from the fight?
Yeah.
That first off, they're Cadians. Their whole identity is they sit until the last man and fight, and they want to be in. They're like Space Marine LARPers, basically. Cadians, like, bro, I can't believe I'm about to stick up for the fucking ultimate Cadian shock trooper, but there's a reason why it's called the ultimate Cadian shock trooper. These motherfuckers jump into like waves of enemies.
But, sire,
I gave you an order.
Right here. Right here. They are literally showing us what the Space Marine is seeing. This guy's uncomfortable. He's looking around. This is the body
he's acting
language.
suspicious,
Yeah. Any Space Marine automatically knows these are not our allies. Because first off, I don't have a clip here to show you. I'll pull it up after this. Do you know what every single loyalist does when addressing an Astartes throughout the entire game? Literally all of them, even the major, the highest ranking person, like on the front here, they kneel and then salute them. Every single person does that because that is how you address an Astartes in lore. This guy walks up to him and says, "I'm not doing what you're telling me." He's gonna rip your fucking head off. What are you doing, but brother? Like,
forgive me, my lord. Perhaps there was a communication error.
Boy.
The captain insisted.
The deserters.
You're dead.
This is all
Yeah.
for dramatic tension, and it's all because they knew that they needed to make this as surface level as possible for people who are going to be new to War 40k. So for a newbie, you know, this is probably really cool, but for a 40k fan who knows all this stuff, it's pretty cringe. It
Yeah,
is
dude.
pretty cringe.
If this was happening in any 40k
This
book,
is a call. This is a Call of Duty campaign.
This
that's being
guy-
written.
this guy right here in any 40k book is either shooting that guy dead on the spot or walking up to him and crushing his fucking head in his hand like a
Yeah.
grape. And then he's gonna
Yep.
point. He's gonna point to his second in command, and he's gonna say, "You're in charge now. Here's your order." And if that guy does the same thing, he's gonna walk up to him, crush his head like a fucking grape.
No, no, no. We have our orders.
Vox, your
Yeah.
Just
I
let him
just gave
let
you
him
new
back
ones.
up to the explosives.
Yeah, right here. He lets
Just
him
let
back.
do it.
Yeah.
You are deserters.
Now, mind you, Space Marines are
Do
superhumans.
not hesitate.
Dude, and I want you guys to know, earlier in the previous mission right before this, Titus is able to detect a lictor that is invisible and prowling around because, like, he senses, like, not even looking at it. He senses ripples in a mushroom behind him because the invisible lictor stepped on it for, like, a split second. And he was able to detect it because of that. These guys are that attuned to war. And, look at the blunders going on right now.
I'll execute you myself.
Well, okay, that goes without
He
saying.
would
dude.
not. He
Yeah.
like,
Again, Space Marines,
He
the
would just
Codex,
do it.
dude, the Codex Astartes justifies them letting 1,000 guardsmen die if it means they run to the objective 2 seconds faster. That is how the Codex Astartes operates. That is it's what that tells them to do. This guy would not waste any words on unnecessary banter. He would just say, "Vox your commander now." And if he doesn't do it immediately, he would just kill him and move on.
Yeah.
You don't have to grab this to Vox. Never is anyone... Which, by the way, how does the fucking Astartes not know this? We are never shown any of the other members of the Militarum grabbing their, like, head flashlight that has no other knobs or dials or buttons on it to Vox.
Hmm.
We don't do this in Darktide. No other person in the entire game does this. Like, is the Space Marine stupid? Does he not know how to use the Vox?
This is literally
Fairbairn.
here. This exists in the writing just to show the audience and the Space Marines the mark of chaos.
Yeah. This only
Just
exists
to
because
show
yeah.
you. That's
Come
it.
in.
That's all it's here for.
Also,
So
want to point
Chiron
out.
can have his moment.
I want to point out the Astartes would be tuned in to the Vox frequencies, and you want evidence of this in the first mission when you. Here, hold on. This is like the ultimate, like, plot hole to end all fucking, like, plot holes. Hold on. Space Marine 2 first mission. Hold on. Where is it? As soon as they get in here, look. Look.
They're taking care of business up there. Still already got a good pistol, some good there.
Right here. Right here. This is a guardsman just giving out a Vox
They're taking care of
to his commander. Look.
Yep.
This is Lieutenant Titus.
So they would
Take care of yourself.
immediately know that
He's
something
not
is up
voxing
when
anyone,
They
yeah.
don't hear the Vox.
They must be close. Hold fast, Captain.
So the Space Marines have access to all of the lower, like, the Militarum's Vox
Yeah,
channels.
they could hear all the comms. Yeah.
So they would know immediately he's just saying that and not voxing anyone. See, that's not a nitpick. That's called a plot hole. You cannot explain that away other than saying, "Oh, come on, dude, it's a stupid, like, bro man story. Why are you thinking about it so much?" That's the only defense. Why are you thinking about it that deeply? It's not that deep, bro. So what? You just want your stories to be, like, for retarded children who don't think about it at all? You know, like, is that what you're telling me?
Captain Fairbairn, come in.
Right here, by the way. But just by the by,
By the way, though,
they would be able to vox Captain Fairbairn themselves if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Yep.
They could fact check this without asking the guy. This is like asking a criminal to, like, you know, prove his own innocence when you could do it yourself.
Oh gosh, the worst part is coming up.
And yet, right here, I think this is the second worst part of the scene. Space
Ugh.
Marines, the ultimate tactical monsters, the greatest warriors the galaxy has ever produced, just announced that he is aware they are now their enemy and they are about to get into a fight. He is now announcing. He is announcing.
I just hate how they can't react fast enough when
He-
they are faster.
He
Like,
is
I don't get
announcing.
it.
He is announcing to his ambushers that he knows they are about to spring an ambush instead of just attacking them. While he is recognized this is a chaos ambush. He
Honestly,
can now
if this
shoot
was
them.
a real, yeah.
If
If he was a real
dude,
Space Marine,
not even
he
Space
wouldn't even
Marine.
hesitate.
If
He
this
would
guy
just
was,
shoot
if
him
this
dead.
guy was like a Delta
Instantly.
Force operator, he would just shoot this guy right now. Like IRL
Instantly,
humans,
without hesitation. yeah.
IRL humans do not do this in war. And this is a superhuman who's just supposed to be better at everything and have all the knowledge. Literally gene seed. He has genetic DNA pre-programmed with all the knowledge of a 10,000 year long crusade programmed into him.
Yeah.
And he is still doing this. This
As soon as they saw the chaos mark on that guy's, that guy's instantly dead within half a second.
And then right here, look at this. So he announces ambush. First off, these guys,
Okay, way to
the
let the enemy know.
battle
Yeah.
brothers of the Astartes will always take the word of their brothers over everyone else. Always. No matter what. If you are even a Lord General of the Militarum and you swear that this thing is this, but a fellow Astartes says, no, not true, you are never going to get a Space Marine to side with you unless you're like fucking like Commissar like Yarick and you have like 1,000-year history of always being right. Then they'll start listening to you. But other than that, they're gonna say no. And right here, look at this. So this guy at 358, 2 seconds. To like 2.70 seconds it takes
That's
this
slower
guy.
than the average human's reaction time, let alone in a
This Space Marine has a 3-second delay in his reaction time. The average human has a 30 millisecond delay in their reaction time. This Astartes has a 300 times slower reaction time than you and me.
Yep.
And you're gonna
literally there
and you're
to
gonna
write in drama. That's it.
And you're gonna tell me that this gets 40K right? What?
Yep.
This is the least 40K thing I've ever seen. No, you know what would be 40K? He would immediately walk into the room, give him an order, recognize the tension in the air, and that the guy twitched in a way unnatural to a guardsman, and he would just instantly
just
shoot him.
slaughter him.
He would instantly shoot him on the spot. His battle brothers, instantly recognizing what's going on themselves, would also start shooting without a word. That
Yep.
would be 40K done correctly.
Yep.
But
They don't
People-
they don't show you any of those
Yeah.
grim, dark, like horrific
People-
aspects because this is a Call of Duty story. This is
this is a Saving Private Ryan campaign. Yeah, what
Yeah.
about this story was grimdark? That none of the main characters die. They all make it out okay. Even like
Yep.
the minor Militarum characters do.
you can tell the ones that die based on whose face you could see.
Bro,
AKA
bro,
not this
straight up, every single character you talk to for any amount of time greater than one scene survives this conflict. This is the 40K. I think this 40K story, I'm not going to exaggerate when I say this. I think this 40K story has the highest survival rate of named characters of maybe any 40K story, maybe ever. Ever. If this was a true 40K story, the major you meet at the start, she would die. One of your squad mates would die, like the actual ones that you've gotten to know. Commander Calder would probably die trying to save you. Like, if this was a real 40K story, only like Titus would be walking away from this. And then right here, this pisses me off so much.
Boom, he's dead.
Okay, this drives me crazy because the number one thing anyone, even people who know nothing about Warhammer, they do know this one saying. Amongst 1,000 men of the Militarum, it would take all of them to have a chance of felling a Space Marine. And then it's like, of 1,000 Space Marines, it would take all of them to have a chance of felling a Custodes. And then, of 1,000 of them, the chance of felling a Primary, blah, 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 blah. Warhammer is such a massive scale, they have to power scale entities by the thousands. It is literally like a 30-year-old saying at this point. It takes 1,000 guardsmen to take on 1 Space Marine. And this is a Primaris Marine. Not just he's got the skull on his helmet. He's a Primaris Lieutenant. So he's a tenured Primaris Marine. So it should take like 2,000 guardsmen to take this guy down. But instead,
And a small explosion and some fire, instantly dead.
Yeah, by the way, he's only like 5 feet away from the other Space Marines that don't have their helmets on. So what killed him here? Couldn't have been shrapnel, or else they would have died. But
It can't be the fire.
Yeah, but
Nope,
it
blood.
can't not be shrapnel because there's blood coming out of his armor.
There's
By
blood,
the way, the power armor is literally like if you took a Ford F-150 and just started wearing it. So how did the shrapnel go through all of that?
Yep.
Yeah.
The
When
these
you could shoot a
weapons,
bolter
the
at it,
weapons
and
that
it won't
can
punch through.
destroy power armor that the Imperium has access to would be like plasma guns, Volkite, culverins, melta weapons, las cannons, the hunting lance, a stack of regular explosives. Probably not going to do it.
Hey, you know what it takes to get through power armor in the intro? This. Look,
Carnifex.
look.
Yeah.
Look, that punctures it a little bit, but not all the way. Yeah, this giant monster, bigger than your house, has to put all of its force into one blow. And look, he's still able to resist. He's still able to make it stop. And just now it finally punctures all the way through the power armor.
Yep.
That
And this is simply because Tyranids are like crazy organic monomolecular
Well, also, this thing
carbon
weighs
nanoengineering.
Like,
Yeah.
how much does a fucking Carnifex even weigh, dude? Like, it's not just.
This would
it's
be
it's
like
putting
this.
its entire
This
weight
yeah.
behind
This
it.
would be like if an 18-wheeler could concentrate all of its force into a singular point on a head-on
Yep.
collision.
On like a super sharp claw.
That
point.
is what it takes to get through power armor. So in this scene, we can see that is how strong the Astartes power armor is.
And even if the power armor somehow failed, these guys are so hard to kill, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like the shit that they can. I mean, look at what we just watched. Titus just got impaled by a Carnifex, and he lived.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
Like-
and I know a bunch of normies will be like, "Oh my god, that is such a nitpick." But no, dude, if you are a 40K fan, if you're gonna say this game does 40K well, you have to recognize 40K is a
Or
setting.
what
There
40K
is there is like no primary story of 40K. 40K is a setting. So its only job is to immerse you in the setting and give you a believable, consistent set of things to be like, this is the rules of the setting. So when something breaks those rules, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Why do you think
rules are ignored here?
Why
that
do
the
you,
setting has established for drama? That's
Why-
it. It's
why do
all
you-
ignored for drama?
Why do you think 40K fans have the reputation they do of being like super annoying, like anal uptight people? Actually, the Mark 35 plasma cannon can only penetrate carapace armor, while the Mark 3 plasma cannon on a fully charged shot is what can actually deal damage to power armor. Why do you think they have that reputation? Because it's the only thing 40K has to offer is a cool and interesting setting. So when the rules of the setting can just be discarded for character drama, it no longer makes the
What's the
setting
point?
believable.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
Also, how did the power armor catch fire? It's not made of flammable material. In fact, it's made so fire like deflects off of it and like doesn't stick to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what was in those crates, like what the explosives actually were. Like, was this like a?
It's probably
like,
just frag
melta
grenades.
weaponry. If it was melta weaponry, then everyone would be dead.
Yeah.
Like everyone within like
yeah,
20 feet.
if it was a crate full of
So-
melta bombs, like yeah. And even then, why would these just random like one Cadian squad be trusted with like 3 crates full of melta bombs?
No clue.
Yeah, like
No
there's
clue.
no
Yeah.
there's no
They're
area.
not catechins
Yeah, like there's
or
no
catechans or whatever.
there is no way to make this make sense. And then Titus has to announce kill them. Dude, they just killed one of your brothers. What the fuck do you mean you have to give the order to kill them? They should just see. This
Just
is the
start
thing.
shooting, yeah.
Astartes have always been described as having an inhuman ability to just intuit things and do them. And it comes from the Primarch gene seed, which comes from the Emperor of Mankind's gene seed. They can just intuit your intentions from your body language and act on it without even thinking.
Now, I don't mean to throw you on a tangent here, so I want to keep this. But also, in line with that, the whole Primaris thing doesn't make any sense either.
It's
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
sell
No, nobody likes the
Primaris
Nobody,
Marines
yeah.
were made to sell models. That's
Nobody likes the Primaris
No other
Marines.
reason.
No one.
Yeah.
No one.
So that's
no one.
on top of that.
No one
Bro.
but fucking the biggest GW bootlickers fucking like
Yeah.
the
Dick
Primarch.
riders.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like, literally, look at any Warhammer fan channel that isn't being shipped merch all the time to review. They fucking hate it. Because in another 5 years, these guys are going to replace all the Space Marines. It is
Yep.
absolutely Games Workshop's plan to phase out Space Marines with these guys. Because
Yeah.
you know why? You know why? And this gets into like corporate business side. There are old Space Marine models that you can pick up. You can pick up a like a battle like starter pack for like $30 on eBay that gives you like 200 points of a Space Marine army. But if they phase them out and they're not in like the 13th
not
edition
relevant
codex,
anymore,
yeah, no. Well, Muck, the armies you're able to play, every like year or two, they come out with a new codex for tabletop.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I played a lot of tabletop. When,
All right, good. Then yeah. So
in
if
my
they phase out
teenage years,
old
yeah.
style Space Marines, then it forces you to buy the new ones. And you know what?
Yep.
They sell the new Primaris Marines in like packs of 3 for $30. You used to get packs of like 200 points for like $20 to $30. Now you get a pack of like 50 points for $50. It is egregious. It is fucking insane how overpriced the Primaris are compared to the old Space Marines. And that's what they realized. They said, holy shit, you know, if you want to buy it, seriously, if you want to buy a Primaris like Terminator squad, you're looking at like $60 for that. You want to buy an old Terminator squad of like old Space Marines?
And it's
Like,
so lazy too. It's like, oh wow, they have like 1 extra wound and more movement, or like whatever stupid dog shit.
yeah, no,
they
seriously, on
fucking do.
tabletop, the difference between a Primaris Marine and a normal Space Marine is they have like 1 meter of
One-
movement, and
yeah,
like
one
some of
extra
them might get like
inch
1
of
wound,
movement.
maybe if you're lucky. And you know,
Yep.
like it's literally like the biggest change that they gave them is more movement, because like, oh, they're taller and they're more athletic, you know, they're closer to the Primarch so they can move a bit more. And it's like, dude, Space Marines never had a problem with movement. Tau have the problem with movement. Aldari are the movement ones. The Aldari have movement problems. The Tau have movement problems because they're always moving. Space Marines have a modest amount of movement, get into cover, and then just kill you every gun round. Like that's how that's how they play. That's what they do. They don't move much.
I mean, they are like the shooting phase.
no, the Tau
that's
are
what they
the
do.
shooting phase guys.
The Tower
Well,
of the shooting
yeah,
phase
that-
boys.
these-
Astra Militarum are the shooting phase boys. Yeah.
Well, Astra Militarum is more like the artillery in the shooting phase. They're more like a
Yep,
sub.
yep.
Yeah, Astra Militarum is they're all about. They have artillery in the shooting phase.
Space Marines do actually have some decent.
Oh, a lot.
melee
Yeah, no,
models,
Space Marines
yeah.
are good at everything. They're like top tier in melee. They're like upper mid tier in range, and they don't have a bad roster of like supporting elements either. You know, and it's like that's
Yeah.
their strength. They're versatile and really good at everything.
Yep.
But anyway,
But
so
returning to the game,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
The story, the actual story of the campaign is not the only weak element of the campaign. The fact that we never get to be in a suit of Terminator armor, we never get to drive any of the vehicles the Space Marines have access to. It's the same gameplay from the first second until the last
yeah,
sixth hour.
you want a prime example of what he's talking about? Look at this. This is the final
The
mission.
final,
We've
like,
got
yeah.
rhinos here. We've got a dreadnought, and look at what we're doing.
We're
literal-
just doing what we were doing.
Letterboxing
hours
as
ago.
we run at a slow pace. And look, it's reminiscent of like D-Day. You know, we are running up the hill into the enemy. You know, look. And now look. And now we are running into the fire of the enemy. It is so reminiscent of like World War II movie like court cinematography
Yeah.
that it's like I say it's Saving Private Ryan, and then look, it just goes straight into a fucking
Fade to
cutscene.
black. The
That
cutscene, yeah.
literally,
Let me do something. Where's the swarm technology, man?
Yeah,
Let me
dude.
swarm it up.
Swarm tech, dude.
look right here
Oh
from 2 minutes 49 seconds to 4 minutes. So this is 2 minutes of walking straight at a slow pace just to be greeted by another cutscene.
Like, you're just watching a movie.
It
at
is
this
just so like
You will have only moments to execute your plans.
like it's so they tease you with all this cool stuff. They show you the rhinos. They show you the fucking dreadnoughts. Does this guy
yeah,
have
but you
this?
don't actually, yeah, like you
Oh,
don't
this-
actually get to fight in that
This
big group.
this
you know?
guy doesn't have the thing. Hold on, I know this guy has it.
Written in blood.
Also, thank God for you guys who uploaded these videos. They are so fucking useful for like reviews and stuff. Like
Yep.
if you just want to talk about the game, right here. Where is it? This scene is going viral. Right here. Wow, I wish I could do that.
Yup.
Wow,
would've been
that's cool.
cool.
I wish that was an execution exclusive to Dreadnought armor.
Where are the traitors?
And then look. Oh yeah, you get to follow him around as he, you know,
Does all the cool stuff.
attention, press attention.
Oh yeah, look.
Wow,
Please look,
that-
please look,
Dude,
look at the
that
texture.
would have been a real cool way to spice up gameplay.
Yeah.
And by the way, there are Oh my God, Yakub.
Yakuma.
What the fuck, Yakub? Special guest. That's the title of the video. Special guest appearance, Yakub. I was not expecting this.
Love
Any.
that.
Oh my God, Shaq. Dude, what is going on? Anyway, so like, dude, fucking, you don't have to be a Terminator to work like the Dreadnought suits. Like, there's literally there's literally Dreadnought suits that are more like mech armor, and like they could just give us that.
That's pretty much
Yep.
what they are now.
Yeah, but we don't need to get into that. The fucking Terminator redesign. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep. But so not only that, but like, you know, just put you in a storm speeder and make you the gunner
Like,
while
dude,
one of your
can
squad
we do
mates
this? Like,
pilots
can we
it.
do what's in this fucking cutscene? Can we like fight some shit? Can we go through a portal? Like,
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. This
That'd be
looks
cool. Yeah.
this looks really nice, but like, see, people look at this. Wait, what was that pussy ass smack? Hold on. Kaldar, you skip arm day? Look at this. That dude did not go flying with like any kind of momentum.
You just shoved him. You just like moved him out of the way.
Yeah, but dude, it's just like
Find Calgar.
this whole like, and then this, you know,
running,
it's like 30
walking.
minutes of like a forced walk and chat. You know, and then like, oh dude, the boss fights. Oh my God, can I point something out? Hold on, where is it? The Lictor. I need to point this out. I need to. You're not gonna be able to stop me. It's my video.
Shit.
Where is it?
I expect better of the king. The Tyranids have the
Hold on. It has to be somewhere here.
I think you're way too early. I think it's at least at the second mission, I think. For the Lictor.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like after this.
through his helmet.
Sorry, that's just how fucking. No, this is when you start the. Oh, you're right. Okay.
There
Here
it
it
is.
is. Here it is. Yeah.
So look, remember what I was talking about with their senses and shit? Look at this. So look, he notices something's wrong. Right
it's
there.
like how
What-
autistic do you have to be?
to like
to notice
notice
that,
to
yeah.
notice that, but you don't notice the traitor guardsman like blowing you
Yeah.
up.
Exactly. Yep.
And I need to point out, oh, he doesn't show it, but this boss fight is literal AIDS, by the way. Literally, all the Lictor does is jump around the top of the arena, decloak from invisibility. Screech, you need to do enough damage to push it on the ground, then you can actually deal some damage. Then it gets back up, jumps back up, and jumps around a bit. This boss fight, and you know why it's like that? Because this is a mini boss in every other part of the fucking game. They just want to introduce it as like this cool like Predator reference
Not
guy.
even a mini boss. It doesn't even have a health bar in
Yeah,
PvE.
it's
just
an extremist.
It's a
Yeah.
extremist.
Yeah, I call them mini bosses. But
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you know, that's why the fight is so lackluster and shitty. But it's, you know, it's like, you see what I mean? Like, that's how the Space Marines are actually like. And then you like go over here, you know, and it's like, oh, we see how they're portrayed here.
We only want to.
Oh yeah, where's the other thing? Where's the tank? There's a tank that blows up a door. And like, you know, that would have been cool to do.
That would have, yeah.
Oh, dude, this section is so fucking cancer. This is awful. These things never go away, and the only thing you can do to defend yourself is, like, flame them. But getting into this facility, you, like, blow it up with, like, a tank?
Swarm technology!
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that flamethrower isn't available in operations. I was
Yeah,
just thinking about.
it's not.
Because why would it?
Why would it be?
It's not like they already made the weapon.
I like how they do the superhero landing, like they're a fucking Superman from Marvel. But it's just like... Also, Space Marines do not do this. They do not have this, like, in-fight banter. By the way, the Heavy, who's, like, canonically, like, the leader or second in command of the PvE operations squad, he constantly says, like, I would do better if you'd shut up. You know? Like, that's one of his things. Because, like, Space Marines do not waste time talking. Because, you know, I don't know how much you guys know about, like, fighting or swinging swords or whatever, but you really gotta, like, focus on your breathing to,
Also,
like...
yeah, it's kind of exhausting. You're wasting air. Like, you need to be breathing, not fucking talking, dude.
And it's so short. Like, there's so little to this game, and it drags on because, like, it's not only short, but there's nothing to spice the gameplay up. See, like this, fucking retard. But this, like, people always say that, like, these sections, like, you know, like God of War, like the climbing sections, you know, or like the Doom parkour. Oh, it's good because it gives you a breather from the gameplay. I don't want a breather from the gameplay. I just want the gameplay to have a little spice every now and then. You know? I don't want this. Like, okay. And again, no replayability here. This is literally...
Once you do this once, it's the same every single time you do it.
By the way, I just need to point something out really quick. Dead Space 3 first mission. This is literally a 1-for-1 of Dead Space 3.
To be perfectly honest,
It is.
Which everyone loved, as we know.
Yeah, you heard that. It is. He realizes the part I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the space area where you're in.
Yeah,
zero G,
right here. Yeah, when he gets out, he has to, like, fly. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
It literally is. Oh my God.
The shit
come
even,
on.
like, flies into you literally, like, at the same exact
it's
way.
literally the same thing. Yeah.
Like, there's not a single original idea in this game. It took 0 risks. I mean, this is more fucking cinematic.
Yeah, this is fucking dope.
How did Dead Space 3 do it better, dude? What?
Yeah, and look at this.
11 years
This
ago.
goes on way longer too.
So can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Yeah.
Would this game be as hype as it is if
it wasn't 40K?
was using a different franchise? If
No,
it wasn't
no,
Warhammer 40K?
no, fuck no, no, not even close.
I think this would be a game that got very middle reviews. I think what people would be like, it's fine, but I kind of got bored of it.
Yeah.
If this game didn't have
Honestly,
like
no.
the...
If it was like an original IP, I think it would have died instantly. To be honest, I mean,
it's just so
like,
generic.
people are not very kind to new IPs.
Yeah, it's just so like generic.
Yeah, the only reason that it could stand on its own is because it has that 40K setting in the backing, right? But like
yeah, and people are
on its
just
own, yeah.
like, oh yeah, 40K, bro, fuck
And
yeah,
because it's
Yeah.
not like complete
dog shit,
unbelievable
yeah,
horseshit, people are like, oh my god. W, a triumph for gaming.
yeah,
They didn't
True
listen to
triumph.
to rejects effeminate femboys and
This
Yeah,
is the
Disney.
seriously.
this
Yeah.
is the antidote to modern
The
games.
modern games.
Truly.
Yeah,
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 truly.
yeah. The antidote to
Yeah.
modern games, even though it does literally everything modern games do.
We
Like-
missed one
Exactly.
point as well, I think. The last
yeah,
one
I
here.
wanted to talk about enemy variety, but I wanted to talk about that earlier. But I guess I'll just do it now. This game is no enemy variety, dude. There is
No.
trash mob that melees you. There is trash
Yeah.
mob that shoots you.
It's
There is
very
elite that
reminiscent
melees you,
of
and there is
Helldivers.
elite that shoots you. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Helldivers. This is basically just Helldivers but worse, and Helldivers was already bad. Like,
Now, do you think this game is worse than Helldivers?
oh yes, oh yes.
I think
I-
so.
I had I think this game has a better progression system than Helldivers, but I think
Well,
the
by
actual
miles.
I don't know. This is actually tough because we played Helldivers for only 40 hours, but I'm up to 70 in this. But honestly, if I didn't have you guys to play the game with or videos to give me extra
Yeah,
motivation
would
to talk
not
about,
have. Yep.
yeah, like
I
Jeff,
don't know.
I don't know about you, but I've played with you two more than anyone else in this game. And the
Yeah.
days when you guys aren't around and I have to play this
Yeah,
by myself
yeah,
or
you're
try
like,
to
you don't
find
want to.
other people to play with,
Yeah, you
I'm
don't
like,
want to.
dude, this game is fucking
Honestly, I think
miserable.
they're about equal. I think
And that
Helldivers
kind of
and this
made me
game
realize I don't
are about the
enjoy
same.
playing this game. I enjoy the conversations we have
Just
while the game
playing,
is
yeah, just
basically
playing
playing
with friends,
itself.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, because once you're at level 25, you do not need to put any effort in to play this game.
You
Like
just
literally,
stomp through everything.
you could be mentally AFK and finish max level
Bro,
missions in
bro,
like 10 minutes.
literally, I was jorking my penis while watching a Joe Rogan podcast and listening to 3 different self-improvement books, and I still won Ruthless.
Yeah, Chinese
Chinese Bible in one
in
ear,
one
yeah,
ear.
yeah, Joe Rogan in the other ear, and I still won.
Yeah.
Like it is this game, like it kind of fries your brain. It's like junk food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's actually a really
I
great
think
description of it.
I
Wow.
think one thing that I really want to hammer into people who any lucky souls who have reached the end, and we have said this in the past podcasts as well.
podcast. I mean, it's basically what it is.
Podcasts, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't reviews mean nothing. Reviews, like review scores, are based entirely on what people think of the developer. If people like the
Yeah,
developer,
seriously. Look at
things like
Helldivers.
that.
Look at Helldivers.
Helldivers was
Literally
never a
nothing.
good game.
Yeah, literally nothing about the game changed in any capacity. But
Yeah.
everyone turned on the devs, and like that was it. You
Yeah.
got mostly negative on Steam. Just
Good
purely off that.
reviews or bad reviews do not mean a game is good or bad. Play
Yeah,
the game
straight up.
yourself. Think with a clear mind. Remove yourself from politics. Remove yourself from all the marketing bullshit. And but
Yep.
the devs, they're so wholesome. Indie devs, they work
Yeah,
so
like
hard.
like actually think after replaying the same
Yeah.
mission 30 times with the same shit. Ask yourself, am I seriously having fun still?
Yeah.
And
Because
don't listen to the people who get early access, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
do not
gosh.
listen
Or
to
review
pre-release
copies.
reviews.
Don't listen
Please
to
do not
those
listen to
people.
pre-release reviews.
Yeah, seriously. Like
And on
holy
Steam,
fuck.
you can play for up to under 2 hours before refunding.
Don't do that. Don't.
Use that.
No, he said the curse words.
Well,
That's
also,
that's
another
actually
thing, too-
considered refund abuse. Hold on. What he just
Really?
said, do not do it. Steam can and will take away your ability to refund games if they feel like you're abusing the system. I once had to refund 3 games in like simultaneous succession, and I got an email from Steam where they were like, "Hey, if you refund another game like without, buying stuff and keeping it in your account, we will revoke your refund access."
Wow. That is
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, it's very strict.
Yeah,
But
they
what was I?
they do
what was
not
I
want
gonna
you
say?
doing what he just said. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
it
also,
does literally say, by the way, on the Steam like help page for refunds, it does literally say this is not a game tryout service. If we feel that's how you're using it, we will take
Yeah.
away your access. Like it literally, like in bold, it says that.
And last thing I want to say is, especially like looking at reviews, especially when a game first comes out, if you're looking at Steam reviews, like, oh, people love it. no one at the start when a
Honeymoon
game
period.
comes out can tell whether or
Honeymoon
not a game
period,
is good.
Yeah.
You look at all these reviews, no matter if they're negative or positive, they don't matter because they all have 0.2 hours played on their fucking profile. Like,
Yep.
remember when the Elden Ring DLC came out?
Yeah.
Tons of reviews came in. None of them had even played the DLC yet. They just pre-ordered it. They had no time in the DLC. They had like 10 minutes in the DLC. Tons of positive reviews. They mean nothing. Use your brain. It's not hard to see what's good and what's bad. Just don't let your
Like
fucking brain
like
be
this guy right
muddled
here.
by
This guy right
retards
here.
like this.
Just a Space Marine fanboy who loves talking about 40K.
This is not a credible. This is not.
This
an
is not a
unbiased
credible
source of
source. Yeah.
information.
Look
Yeah.
at this. Like
He's,
this guy.
he's gonna like it because it's 40K content.
Dude, well,
That's-
also his career's on it. You know,
It's
like
tied to
like
it,
his riding on this being good. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, here's another good one to not listen to. This guy glazed the fuck out of the game. This guy would not stop talking about the fucking game.
A start.
This guy, like, look at this shit. Like, also, I have to point out, now that the game's out, he's going back to talking about other stuff.
Also, by the way, we've watched some pre-release gameplay of this guy. It took this guy 7 hours to complete the campaign on veteran, and this guy is a complete bot.
Yeah, like look at
guy
this 1 month
is-
ago. Like, look at this. It literally just because he was like one of the few people that got early access and then solo grinded on low difficulties all the way to fucking like max level or whatever. And it's like, dude, it just printed him views. Like, look at the views he used to get. 10K, 10K, 9K, the occasional 70K, 7K, 6K.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
if you
overwhelming
see-
majority of
yeah.
these are basically nothing.
if
He
you
talks
click
about
on
this game.
someone's-
And look,
yeah.
literally, like, he fucking literally owes the existence of his channel to Space Marine 2. That gave him a consistent bump of hundreds of thousands of views constantly, which he
Yeah.
then carried into talking about Black Myth, which was, like, the most popular game in fucking human history when it
Yeah,
came
if
out.
you click on someone's channel and all of their thumbnails look like this, and all they do is ride trends, and their most recent video is on the most recently popular video game
Yeah.
made.
Do not
Like-
listen to these kind of fucking people. Listen to
Yeah.
any reviewer you want that is like an actual reviewer. Do not listen to guys like this. If it is someone who got early access, they are compromised. Listen, guys, the feds have
Yep.
gotten to them.
Yeah,
It's
they're-
over.
They're not unbiased. Like they have a
Even if you, because I'm
They have
gonna
a stake in the game.
I'm gonna keep it $150 with you guys. I spent $100 on this game. I pre-ordered it,
So
and
did I.
I feel
So
like
did I.
I feel like I fucking got scammed a little bit. And I feel like that. I mean, it makes you far more critical of something when you have to be like, okay, that's $100. That's like a not insubstantial amount of money.
If I
versus-
if I just paid full price $60, I feel like that's too much. It's
Yeah,
this is like
honestly.
a solid $40 game.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
even then it's not
yeah.
great.
Can I point
Yeah.
something out just real quick to all of you? Hold on. Dark Tide.
Dorktide.
$40.
This is a $40 game, and it has about 5 times the content as that does.
And
Just,
it's just a better made game overall. It just
Just pointing that out.
It's more dynamic, more replayable.
Yeah, just
Yep.
pointing that out. You could very realistically get 1,000 hours out of Dark Tide.
Yeah.
You will not get 100 hours out of this game unless
Because
you
that's the thing,
really
even
love
that-
Space Marines.
like
yeah, or
even
unless you have
then, at
friends.
40
if you don't
at
have
the f-
friends,
yeah.
good luck, man.
Oh yeah,
Good
you're
luck.
not going to play this game more than 10 hours if you don't have people
Yeah,
to
I
play
don't
this
know
game
how
with.
you could
Yeah.
just like play. Dude, the random queue in this game puts you with the most retarded fucking studied. They need to be studied in a lab. They're animals.
But yeah, it's like even at the $40 price tag, it would be competing with Dark Tide, and it doesn't meet Dark Tide. Like this is a solid like $30 game. Like buy
Yeah.
this on sale a year from now, and you'll probably get your money's worth.
Yeah.
It needed that horde mode on release. It, needed
it
leaderboards
needs
on release.
all of the content that's
it
on
needed,
its all the
it
content
needed
that's
all
on the
the
roadmap
content.
right now. It needs right now, and
Exactly.
it's still then. I don't know if it would justify the $60 price tag.
Yeah,
Even
seriously.
then.
Yeah, even if you add the horde mode, even if you add like 3 new PvE missions, I'm still skeptical that $60 is enough. Or I'm sorry, is like,
Yeah, like
you know.
even then, I would say like 40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
with the
Like
with the
right now,
way the grind is,
it is worth like 20 or 30
Ugh.
bucks.
Dude, if
Like,
there
with the
was
way-
like if
A
there was
$20 on
if there
sale.
was like 12 or like 20 PvE missions and there was like 10 or 15 PvP maps and there was like 10 game modes.
Which
Okay,
games used to just do.
now,
That
yeah,
used to be
now we're
expected.
talking
Yeah.
a $60 experience. Do not be
Yeah.
fooled. This is a game that was rushed out in like a year and a half that is completely incomplete and it is not ready for the $60 price tag. But investors want their
Every-
money back.
Every time I look at this, I get Destiny 1 flashbacks. Just every time. Just half-baked release and just shipping content months
By the
and
way,
years later.
think about a game like Halo
Ugh.
3. Halo 3 had like 12 maps on release
Yeah.
and Forge and like a 20-hour campaign.
And like
Like-
fucking like a playlist of like 30 different game modes.
Yeah. Like, dude, like
Yeah, and then
if you wanna
ODST
talk-
had Firefight. Dude, Halo 3 ODST came out with a horde mode, had 10 times the maps this game does, had literally 20 times the game modes this game does, had a longer campaign, and like
please
know?
expect more from your games.
yeah,
Like,
seriously.
please expect more.
Hey, during the Xbox 360 era, this would have been considered an indie game in its scope. But now this is what passes for AAA. It's ridiculous. I think that covers just about everything I want to say.
Yeah, yeah. If this was not a 40K game, it would not be standing right now, in my opinion.
I would agree with that. No, dude, what do you mean? It's the antidote to like the trans surgeries on like
It's the
people.
antidote.